stone, no way back, no second door. We're bound forevermore. One step, all in. One spark, begin. No gods, just kin. This war we win. Final double down. Bound forevermore. This is the song, the roar. Legends carved into the floor. Voice to echo, blade to ring. We're the myth they waited for. We're bound forevermore. We're bound forevermore.
An open road when you're 3 feet tall. Never thought we'd find a family at all. One roll of the dice, one twist of fate. Now we're we're side by side. Guess this was our fate. Oh, we bicker, we fight, we don't see eye to eye. But when trouble comes, we're always gonna try. Brothers and sisters who knew we would be a family of heroes. Just wait and see. Wait, are we related? We push, we pull, we stumble and fall. Sometimes it feels like we don't know each other at all. But when the chips are down and we make our stand, together we've got half a chance. Even when the road gets rough and life throws down the odds, we've got each other's backs through every trap and fraud. We push, we pull, we stumble and fall. Sometimes it feels like we don't know each other at all. But when the chips are down and we make our stand, together we've got half a chance. Hey, who ate all the rations? Not me. Not me. Okay, maybe a little.
Everyone to Stronghold D&D, where we are running our game, the Expedition of Fallen Stars. Welcome one, welcome all. It's good to have you here. I am Charm. I am your premium DM just for this every other Sunday showing. I'm moonlighting here, but I do my mainstay at Charmed Fantasy. Feel free to pop over there, give us a follow whenever you see us streaming. We're running games all the time. But today is a very special day. We're continuing on with it's our second or third episode. It's episode three. Yes. It's our episode 3. It says second, but it is episode 3. Half a Monty. upping the Monty. We got so many possible names, so the double entendres and a witty crew here. So if you're popping in, welcome. Feel free to alert. Feel free to join in the chat. We love chat engagements. Always welcome. I see that we got rated, so big thank you to Phantom NJ. Is that Phantom New Jersey? Is it New Zealand? I wanna know. But yeah, it's good to have you guys here. Thank you so much. Yes. We're playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, specifically the brand new material. So here we are up to date. If you're excited to see how all the 2024 rules play out, we're learning as we're playing, but it's really exciting, really fun. And I think I got my answer. New Jersey, nice, perfect, excellent. Well, in that case, yeah, we'll do a slow roll of our introductions as one of our players is rebooting. So we'll have the cast and crew introduce who they are, where you can find them on their social media, and go into detail about what they're playing, and that's like race, subrace, class, subclass, all that jazz. For me, I'm your happy storyteller. I've been doing this for 24 years, since the days of the beginning of like 3rd edition. I have loved 5th edition. I found it to be a great teaching tool, and I've loved to see the community grow. Never seen D&D be as potent as it is now. And so very proud of that. I have been doing this professionally now for about 4 or 5 years, and I get to live my life streaming tabletop role-playing games of any and every kind, on Charmed Fantasy on the YouTube. So follow me on my socials. And I do have a GoFundMe currently going on if you wish to support. Furthermore, if you want to contribute to this party and give them boons or banes, if you want to help them or hinder them, I do have a system where you guys can kind of use the tip jar of Ko-fi, and doing so lets you buy the players' rerolls and disadvantage for the villains. You can also give disadvantage to the players or advantage to the players. That's all up to you. So we can thank you, Annie, so much. Annie is sharing that. I appreciate you. Annie's one of my players from my many other games. She's actually attached to me and goes wherever I go, as a symbiote. Yeah, it's we just grafted when you fell out of the sky in a meteoric. I found you and started telling me to run dice games. It's just a very strange relationship. Yep. So in
It
any
works.
case,
That's
let's.
great.
Yep, sounds
Yeah.
great. So we'll start. Let's see. We'll start with Tim, and I'll let Tim pass it on to whoever, and I'll let that person pass it on
Yeah,
to whoever.
we'll just get I'll say Annie's on deck so I don't surprise you. But
Mhm.
Sir Tim, I've been I think Coco and I are both about spread out across several channels right now. We're hanging on by dear life, but we're having a blast. Because this is I keep my wife keeps reminding me, Tim, this is what you wanted. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'm
Mhm.
like, yeah,
It's true.
I know. It's so great. My eyes are bleeding. Yeah, we've got a lot of great shows. We're raising a lot of good money. We got a 24-hour stream coming up is something I really want to foot stomp. We have a 24-hour stream coming up on 5 July for on the Lord Gazumba channel. We're gonna have an amazing fundraiser going for the whole time. We raised a ton of really good money. Last time with St. Jude's, it was like $33,000 or something over a week. So really good. Yeah, there he is, right there. There's Jay. He's lurking. So we're gonna have that one going. This week I'm with Darling Creep Show on Tuesday. I'm lucky to be here with Old World Charm today. See Wednesday I'm on with let's see the Skylar will be on and Coco will be on for that one. For we put the F in Fandolin. And then Castles and Crusades, the Summer Siege, for all of our buddies in Troll Lord Games. Starts starts this Thursday in DM Jeremy, old men rolling dice. Uh, we're gonna actually play in his world, which is we just got a session zero preview of it, guys. I'm telling you, it is fantastic. They're super like racist centaurs, or was it racist barbarians who don't like the centaurs?
It was the it was the centaurs that the barbarians hate the centaurs, and I'm a
Yeah,
barbarian,
there's a
so
weird arc going on that we're gonna exploit that I don't think Jeremy wants us to exploit, but it just derailed into session zero.
he
But
shouldn't have put
other,
it out there.
yeah. And then I think you and I are on this Friday, Saturday, back with Jay, and then back with Pete when he shows up here in a little bit. We're back with Saltmarsh. So yeah, we have a lot of good content coming up. And then I'll bump it over to Annie. Boop. Hey, dial 988 if anybody needs anything. Yeah, so 988 is our charity. Sorry, Annie. It's a mental health suicide awareness a charity for any you dial this or you text 988 and you can get linked up with a specialized counselor if you're feeling blue. And if you don't have the squanch to hit the button to add the charity, reach out to one of your friends, pack about 30 minutes of your day to be empathetic to one of your buddies you haven't talked to. Also, if you're in the realm of dialing 988, do it when you're light blue, not dark blue. You can do something like this to be preventative for hitting the void. Okay, sorry, Annie. Off to you.
No,
Or
all
off to you.
good. And don't forget, sometimes it only takes, what, 6 to 8 minutes of just listening to a friend when they need you that can help move them from a darker color to a lighter color, back and forth. So,
Yeah.
always a good thing. Hi, guys, I'm Annie. Here I'm playing Callus Willow. She is a halfling fighter. Um, she's short, so I'm good with that. I'm short. I'm not quite as short as her, but it's okay. I understand this whole philosophy really, really well. All you tall people out there. But I love you because you're all great. Because you reach things on the top shelf when I don't have to climb. So I'm good with that. Let's see. You can find me here every other week with these wonderful people, and I'm having the time of my life because it's a whole different volley of chaos, which is awesome. You can also find me with Charm, as he said. We've done one shots, we've done Shadows of Samaria, we've done Slice and Dice. There's all sorts of sundry things. And sometimes I try new things, sometimes I try old things, sometimes I mix them together and it works well. Other times it falls really badly, but that's fun too because then you get to play somebody that's causing some interest for the party. We'll say it that way. How's that? It's not chaos, it's not destruction, it's causing interest.
Interest.
Interest. I'm gonna stick with that one and keep it there. But this is a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what else Callus can get into. I really, really am looking forward to more play with Coco Bunny and how things are going between characters because I can see us egging each other on and causing some
Oh
real
yeah.
fun. I think
Oh yeah.
Fun. But I definitely want to be careful of Poppy because I have a feeling that rolling pin may come out when we least expect it, kind of like a gid slap, and I really don't think that would feel very nice. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. But I'm gonna pass it off to Coco.
Ah, hi. So everybody, I'm gonna be sitting like this. Sorry if I look weird. Half the screen is showing. But yes, I am back. I'm so happy to be back. I look forward to playing in this group every other Sunday. It's a blast. But I am playing Edmure Fleetfoot. She is a halfling ranger. She's quickly becoming like one of my top 5 favorite characters just because of how amazing she is. But yeah, scheduled for the rest of the week. I'll be here on Wednesday, and then I'll be here again on Thursday, and then I'll be on channel on Saturday. So, but yeah, like Tim said, we are so stretched out all over the place, but I'm not complaining. I'm excited. I love being here and there and everywhere. You cannot get rid of me. Um, but yeah, looking forward to today and seeing what kind of mischief we can get in, and hopefully we find some clothes.
Oh yeah, we're
I want
naked.
to be dressed again.
Why are you currently dressed?
I was
I'm
kind
in
of
my
hoping.
underwear.
I was kind of hoping that Monty might have had some clothes for us, that we could just pilfer in the mansion. But hey,
I'm hoping that as well. I mean, like a long shirt, I could put a belt around, make into like a cute dress. I don't know. I'm just looking for something. But yeah, so I'm gonna bump it up over to Skylar.
hey everybody, I'm Skylar. I'm the other half of Stronghold. Tim does all the cool stuff on all the other streams. I just do all the music and the videos that you guys have grown to love. So you can find me on. I'm playing Poppy Cinnabraid. She is a halfling peace cleric who is known for her fun buns and her buns of peace, and all kinds of good baked goods. And she's a little saucy and she's a little crazy. But we'll see what happens today. For the music type stuff, if you guys like that, I make all that on Suno. So if you want to check me out, my channel on that is called Bullwax, Bullwax. So check out Suno Bullwax, and you can see all the music that I have made for us on our channel. It's all right there on the page. Outside of that, I'm in the Wednesday group. Tim's Fandula group, playing Cervantes, Sir Cervantes, man of La Mancha. I don't know. He's basically Don Quixote. It's fun. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. But that's it. I hope Pete is able to fix his computer, because I feel bad that Coco has to sit like that.
Just-
It's alright. It's alright. I'm
So you're
comfortable.
sharing
It's totally
today.
fine.
if we
No,
if we find out that he has to just pull the plug on everything, I'll fix all the cameras and we'll go back. But that's all I got. I look forward to today and figuring out when we're gonna get our clothes.
Yes.
So
Awesome.
back to you, Charm.
Please. Please.
I appreciate the awesome, very like delightfully, organically stretched out intro. And hoping that we bought time for Pete, but honestly, it was fun listening to you guys, and I know that Pete will, find us when he can return to us from the void. Boo to close. Amazing. Yes. Those are overrated. Oh, there we go. Hey, he's back. Starting to get a chill. Yeah. So,
Hey.
Not for her. If it's still causing me problems, I'm going to throw it out the window.
It sounds great. It sounds
You
great.
sound fantastic. Never better.
all right. Yeah. Well, you're back on time to give an intro. If you'd like to tell us who you are and who you're playing.
We love you, Pete.
Why are you Tim today? You're not supposed to be
I am-
Tim. Why am I Pete and you're Tim?
I'm playing a short, stupid person. There we go. That's it.
This is great.
gonna be so much fun.
Technical
man.
difficulties, but we're happy you're here. And yes, so
He's
the other half
playing
of
by
the Fellstar Brothers. You guys are so cute. Yeah, the other half of the Fellstar Brothers is here. So last we had in our previous episode on Expedition of Fallen Stars, the party was giving a performance as a performing troupe traveling the world until something crazy happened. Their clothes were animated from a spell cast by a scroll handed to Kate Fellstar from their trusted leader, the immortal Montague. Good old Monty, a kind man who has led them safely on the way over across months or maybe a year, depending on the length of their relationship with Monty. He is a halfling ringmaster who disappeared after the clothing explosion incidents, where the clothings of everyone in the crowd, including the Duchess and her guards, attacked everyone else. Some sort of clothing hive mind, a polyester swarm of death. No, I mean a cotton cabaret of chaos.
Cabaret of chaos.
But the party were able to quickly take off their clothes in what was clearly not the DM's fantasy of a bunch of gorgeous hobbits running around fighting for their lives.
Oh man.
But then the party thankfully saved the Duchess in a miraculous escape, ending with a big smackaroo on the lips from Merrick Fellstar to the Duchess, who is shocked and intrigued, never really considering a short king until now. But with that, they fled and found Montague's quarters. His traveling wagon turned out to be an extra-dimensional space of some kind. It happened to be a mansion on the inside. Yes, kind of like Harry Potter, but we're not going to say any more than that because copyright. And inside the mansion, they were met with a construct named Steilheimer. He does not recognize anyone other than Monty, but thinks everyone is Monty. Something is horribly wrong, or maybe it was a very cheap construct. Monty's always trying to save a copper. So, with that, they also found the dying body of some guy whose name I forgot because my notes aren't in front of me.
His name is Dross.
His name was Dross. Dross Paulson.
He had a name.
He had a name. His name was Dross Paulson. All right. With that said, he died from a wound of black blood, something that only the criminal underbelly deals in. How will the party navigate now that they are going to find clothes in their weird ringmaster's mansion? And what kind of clothes does he have? We'll find out on this episode of Expedition of Fallen Stars. All right. Okay. And we zoom in on you guys there in the mansion, having long rested on the many chaise lounge furniture, beanbag chairs, or actual bedrooms with halfling-sized beds.
Good morning. Wait, am I still? I'm still naked. So yeah, we're really tired.
We'll say there are bathrobes that you have found.
Okay.
But they all stitched with like
M.
I am. Yeah, I am. Yeah, M.
We're halflings, but the bathrobes are too small to cover anything. So like to just still go like
they're even small. Like, what are these bathrobes for ants?
They don't cover our cheeks.
Oh my god.
These are ladies' bathrobes. What is this, a nightie?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The cheek clapping commences even to this day. Dummy thick Merrick Fellstar running around.
So, Cade, how you doing? You look like you slept well.
I walked straight past Merrick. Don't even look at him.
I slapped him in the butt. Let's give him a big slap.
I walked straight up to Montague's wardrobe, which I know is around somewhere, and I just randomly open up drawers and stuff until I find stuff. and I'm just literally going to go for the classic Greatest Showman outfit that I can find, and just put
Yeah.
on a set of red or whatever dress like
You are rating Elton
circus
John's
mask. Yeah,
wardrobe,
I am
is what
literally
you
just
can
doing that. I
imagine.
am going for the Greatest Showman, sort of Hugh Jackman, but tiny.
Yes. The tiny Hugh Jackman. Oh God, I love it.
And I'm just literally, I don't, as long as it looks roughly right, I'm just putting it on
Yeah.
and finding some alcohol.
Yep. And Monty has the finest there is as well. Steilheimer kind of approaches you and says, "Good morning, master. What would you like for breakfast this morning?"
My life back.
Kenku eggs it is, scrambled as you prefer.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
Ankle legs, they're like sentient. I'm just, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know if you want to eat baby Kenku. I don't want that on my
Uh, uh,
record.
uh,
Why am I
uh,
talking?
uh,
I forgot my voice.
Wait a
uh,
second.
uh.
The eggs are sentient?
No, but they're like dudes in there. Those
Not
are
yet.
Kenko little
It's
dudes. I'll take those eggs if you don't mind.
I could make some great buns with these eggs.
Master Montague, that was my attempt at a joke. You
Oh,
will have the usual cassowary eggs.
sounds fantastic. Stahlheimer, where is the take me to the wardrobe? I'd like to see if there's any costumes of, I don't know, rogues, halfling rogues I can find in there.
You just peruse the wardrobe, Master Montague?
Yeah, if I didn't. Is it over here? Is that what this is? And then I'll
Yeah, let
just
me take you to the master's chambers, your chambers.
yeah,
And
take me.
here,
I'm so confused at where I'm at right now. Real hungover. If you could just
yes, I will procure a hair of the dog remedy.
thank you.
Obviously, as I'm leaving, that bedroom is like a teenage
Tossed.
girl's bedroom. It's literally completely tossed. I've tried on every outfit, found the one I like, and left.
This is your first wardrobe closet.
Oh,
These are the non-costumes, with the exception of some of your favorites memorabilia from past performances. We do have a costume closet if you would like. If you are performing a role of a rogue or assassin or monk, we do have robes for that.
Stylehopper, that's fantastic. Let's see if we can grab me one of those. I feel
I
like
will,
I'm a little bit too breezy right now.
I will make sure I grab something from your hit play, The Spy Who Stabbed Me.
Fantastic. Yes. Well, like this is not
Okay.
Ghostbusters. Have you ever seen that one?
I have not. You must be working on something new. I am looking forward to reading it.
Okay. Well, back on the case, everybody.
Can you direct me to where I can find clothing that are, more easy to move in and a bit
Yes,
dexterous for
we have
me?
your collection of kilts of the different clans of the Highlands. Would you like those, Master Montague?
No, those are a little bit too loud for me. Something that's more neutral.
More neutral.
Like just, your off-colored white or, pants or leggings or, just something that's I can easily move about in.
Oh, and I'll grab like the tiniest washcloth I can see and be like, here you go.
Are you
Try this
referring
on.
to dancing leggings from your many musical performances with dance ensembles?
If that's the best that you have, that's close to what I was asking for. That is
Your
lovely.
your
Thank you.
your parameters were neutral off-color tones, able to move freely in leggings. I have exactly those parameters. If you would like to add any others, I can be more specific. Would you
Uh,
like tutus or non-tutus?
non-tutus, please.
Too bad. No, I'm kidding.
All right, I put it on. I need to quickly cut it off.
Yeah, you slice the tutu.
Is she
Oh,
wearing a
yeah.
kilt?
It's like, here you go.
Is she wearing a kilt with her stuff? That's pretty cool.
I'm not putting on a kilt. I do
Oh.
not do skirts.
Like, you always wear like shorts under it. Like, what are they called? Spanks or something? I don't know. Like, what's the?
What if you had
You don't have
Spanx? I
to
would
go
like
ballsy
those.
underneath the kilt. It's not implied. There's garments everywhere. It just looks cool.
I just need clothes that I'm able to move in. I'm able to, quickly, draw my bow or maneuver how I need to, not weighted down. Just something that is like light and freeing and just. I just need clothes.
I
I'm
have
going crazy
access
without clothes.
to um, your spell book thigh holster, if you would like to have that as well in any of your leather preferences.
Yep. We want
Yes,
that. Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah. And
Thank you for
any
telling us
other
about that.
magical things that we would wear on a normal day, we would also like, and I'm like winking at Poppy, we would also like all the other things that are magical.
Are you
that we would-
having a stroke, Master Montague? I am trained in medical services. And at that point, it pulls out a club.
Oh no, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Well, you being a machine, I would thought you would be, proficient in electroshock therapy.
I am not allowed to use that anymore after the incident of 0879.
Oh,
Yes.
you label your incidents. Oh,
In
I would love to
numerical
learn about
order
those.
of chronological
So
importance.
I'm assuming he's made of metal. I just go
Yeah,
knock.
clank, clank, clank.
I go knock on his like thigh. Just go kink kink kink. So you've had 879 incidents.
Yes, but you should be happy to know it has been 48 hours since the last one.
What was our last
What?
incident?
Oh.
I don't remember that.
Experimental alchemical injections.
Oh, what did I do?
You were experimenting with pufferfish.
I've completely forgotten about my clothes. Um, do we kind of know like how the properties of pufferfish and how some of them are dangerous?
You could do a knowledge medicine or knowledge nature, whichever you're proficient in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah. Okay.
a dirty 20 on medicine.
Ooh.
Well, a 6 on medicine.
All right.
4.
6, 4. Okay, you guys know like eating pufferfish comes with I'll say the low numbers. Comes with a type of dopamine high that can kind of induce a sense of like a small burst of euphoria in the same way like a food coma might give you like a little like nice lethargic, relaxation. But immediately Poppy, being a person who works in food, knows that anyone who consumes pufferfish has to be careful of the spines and the venomous venomous nature of those spines, or I guess it'd be poisonous. Excuse me. But knowing that the venom or poison can lower one's vital signs to such a delay that it can appear as though you are dead when you are not. And it's also possibly a paralytic.
That's. Wait, did she tell us that?
Yes.
Only, Poppy, and Poppy will say that, okay.
Yeah. I just like encyclopedia. I would just like, here's everything about pufferfish. Oh my god. Can appear dead and paralyzed. Schallheimer, where do you remember our last performance of Little Shire on the Prairie.
I do not recall.
Uh, I'm
Is
pretty
that
sure we.
pertaining to one of the incidents?
No, it's just one of our performances. Probably a month and a half ago, we performed Little Shire on the Prairie, and I think there were some farm dresses. Do we have anything floral, maybe like farm marm, in the wardrobe?
We do. All your costumes are here, available in the second costume closet, as he gestures to a wall that looks like has some like cost like prop and set pieces, like in the way that someone display like some of their favorite um, like collection items of their career. And he goes over to the wall and takes like a ship steering wheel um, and cranks it, and it opens, and there is a walk-in closet behind that wall, filled with set clothes and all the paraphernalia
I'll
as
go.
well.
I'll go. Oh, that's perfect. And I'll smack him on the butt. You're such a great guy. And I'll walk into the closet and find myself a nice floral green floral dress, but more like a smock, dressy smock sort of thing, and come out
Are
just.
you initiating romance mode?
Heyo.
No, that was a good. That was a love tap. Non-romantic love
When's the
tap.
Not be
last?
engaged.
When's the last time we've had? When is the last time we have had romance mode? Styleheimer, just out of
Before
curiosity.
before your last performance.
Oh,
Oh
that's
boy.
interesting. Whenever I find myself, these are things I would like to bring up for blackmail. Just saying, as I come out looking all Assassin's Creed style, like, why didn't I raid this closet sooner?
Um, and Poppy, do a uh, investigation or perception check, your choice.
Let's see which one's better, because they're all. Oh, uh, I mean it's a 16 investigation or a 19 perception, so whichever
All right.
one.
Okay, you find in the back closet under long cloaks, clothes, kind of bundled up on the far wall, what looks to be a like safe in the floor.
Oh,
Oh, I got
Trapdoor sized safe.
is it? I mean, I'll just. Is it locked? I'll just try to.
Yep, it's locked.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, Monty.
It
Eh, Mo- Monty Merrick. Merrick
Merrick,
Monty.
yes.
Uh,
Oh, I get
uh,
to use my thieves' tools. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
could you come over here, hun? I could
Yeah.
use your help.
Okay, so normally I play other type of characters, so let me go through what I should do here. Detect
Uh,
traps. Skeedly doo.
yeah. Go ahead and do a let's see, investigation, please.
If I hope you actually say skiddly do right out over the
I
top
do.
of that.
Please.
That has to be canon now.
Every
Get
time
it
you're detecting
now.
traps, skiddly do.
Find my investigation. That's not bad. Oh my god. An 11.
You can detect the faint humming of a strong electrical charge on the
Okay.
metal.
Hmm.
Um, but it's not like it's more like in a grounded state. You think like just touching it isn't going to elicit a reaction because Poppy, I think, touched it and checked it out. Um, but it sounds like it has the potential that if maybe someone failed to gain entry, there might be some damage.
I think I'm gonna attempt to disarm this. Would anybody like to help? Because my die is betraying me.
I mean, I'm standing right here, so I'll help you.
Okay, you hold that piece of rubber over there and then hold my ankle.
Got
All
it.
right.
Okay, I was gonna ask how do you help, and honestly, I'm so glad that Tim was like, I have to make sense of this help, and gave me exactly what I needed as a DM before I even asked.
I'm picturing that what he's grabbing is the
I'll let you
thigh-high rubber
encourage.
boots that were over in the corner.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's fantastic. Okay, so you have the
What
help
should I do to
action.
disarm this, buddy?
I'm still looking for
So
clothes.
yeah, you'll find whatever you want. By the way, you're while they're
Okay,
doing this, you
okay.
can find your whole ensemble. Okay, so you're going to use thieves' tools. Thieves' tools, I assume you're proficient in. Otherwise, that'd be strange.
Yes, sir.
And you can use, let's see, your proficiency plus Dex to
Ooh,
your D20 roll. If you have
nice.
expertise, it
And I
would
had
make up for
I had a
proficiency.
13 on the aid or the help,
Okay,
so advantage.
okay. Advantage on your roll. So proficiency plus Dex at advantage.
Oh my gosh. I messed this up. I got no problems. I didn't realize how great I was at this. Oh my
But
god.
So
I
he's saying,
still rolled a
so
two.
this is all being said
Dude,
out loud.
this die is killing me for like 4 sessions straight.
Also,
But I-
one little hint as a rogue: never say "I'm amazing at this" until you've rolled the dice.
Yes, that is a fact.
Your dice listen.
Oh my god, I rolled so it was advantage, right? And I rolled 2 2s in a row, but I got 14.
Oh no.
So we have reroll.
We do have
We have
rerolls.
what?
That
oh yeah,
Chad,
lucky.
Chad has purchased rerolls
All
for
right,
you
I'll
guys,
take
and
it.
you have so you are using one of Chat's gifted
Woo!
rerolls.
There we
Thank you, Chat.
go. There's a 26.
Six.
Oh.
My God.
Ooh,
Um,
Bobby,
Now
it's
he can
you.
say
Give
he's
me the
amazing
voltage.
at it. Now you can
Yeah,
say you're amazing at it, Tim.
in your thieves case kit, yeah, you have. Excuse me. No, I dropped something. Okay, you have basically like conductive, almost like car jack kind of or not car like a battery jumping equipment that is going to like clamp on and completely distribute the charge in so many ways that when you operate this, it will basically be diverted harmlessly to like basically a series of insulated wires.
Okay. So now, who's
Now
the
you can,
strongest in the party?
yeah.
Well, if like who I know, like, okay,
Yeah,
I'll
Definitely
be like,
not me.
Kansas, I have this magical key that'll open this, and I'm gonna pull out a crowbar and just like stick it in there. I was like, I'm gonna need you to, delicately pry the fudge out of this thing.
There's
All right,
fudge in
hold
there.
on a minute. You see Callus coming over, but she's pulling on the leggings that are just a little bit too long, so it's like hiking them up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I've got my chainmail on and a shirt thrown over my shoulder to put on later. And I'm like, all right, what am I doing?
I'll have the crowbar. I'll be like stuck in there. I'm like, just pull it that way as hard
All
as you
right.
can.
So grab it with 2 hands, just kind of look at him. It's like, why is this hard? And I'll go ahead and do strength roll.
Yep, with advantage because of a crowbar. Crowbar grants
Hold on,
advantage.
let me do another die. Oh, that's even better. Okay, so that's 18 plus 3, so
21.
21.
21 is an amazing roll, but within the bounds of
Uh-oh.
prying open this vault, you think that the nature of what was essentially designed to be not impregnable, but fortified against very strong people with crowbars, you're going to need some stronger tools or much stronger muscles or greater leverage because that
Oh.
thing doesn't budge.
Monty, what about Monty? You give this a pull real quick.
Which Monty are you
Which
talking
Monty are you talking to?
Yeah,
I mean,
roll
Styleheimer.
Monty.
Styleheimer, you give me a quick tug on this. Give her a hand, buddy.
Are you engaging romance mode?
If he is, it's him. He's
Yeah.
engaging, not me.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh,
No, thank
in
you.
order to engage, we need to get what's safe first. So maybe you help us open it.
So
I am not authorized to open this, even by your authorization. And you said, if anyone asks me to open this, including
Yep,
you,
you're right. Ha ha. Good. Gotcha. Okay.
I should not
I'll
engage in
push too. Can I grab
anti-romance
the
mode.
crowbar and while she's pull. You know what I mean? While she's pulling, I'll push on it.
What?
Is that possible?
Let me see. What's the highest number you can roll on a nat 20? Because I need to do the math because a skill check. This is a skill check, so nat 20 isn't going to guarantee success, and I just need to know if it's possible for you guys.
23 would be the highest I could roll for strength.
Or
Right.
if I give you guidance, you could add a D4 on top of that.
Okay, in that case, it will
Oh,
be
yeah.
possible with guidance and yeah, basically advantage and advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically like if both of you guys working together, a
Yeah,
crowbar
highest I
and
can get is
guidance.
20. So it's we just
That's
have to
fine.
we have to pump up Kelsis.
Yeah, but so yeah, at this point, it's all supporting Kelsis. Yeah,
Oh, wait,
Okay.
are there a bunch of halflings on a crowbar right now? Like,
Yeah, pretty
just
much.
halfling. It's more like halfling
No,
on
I'm
halfling on
coming
halfling on
in,
halfling.
finally adjusting my little tunic that I found, and then my pants that I've got and my cape, and I'm just looking up, and all I see is a bunch of halflings hanging off of a crowbar trying to get into a safe.
Hey, you
Do
look
you
good.
guys need help?
With Kay drinking, watching. All right, so Kelsis, please give us that roll.
Okay. With
You will
advantage
need
again?
with advantage. You're probably going to need around a 19 and 20 and a good roll, a 19 or 20 and a good roll on that D4 is what we're looking for.
Okay. I'm going to use a reroll.
Go to chat. Granted re-rolls.
Ha! Okay. That was a 19 and 17. And I got a 4 on the D4.
That was a DC 25 vault. You guys just busted into.
Ah!
Holy crap. Well done. Holy shit. This is like for later. I was like, oh, they'll figure it out and they'll come back to it later. No, now. You guys bust that trap door and the vault opens.
Way to go, Monty. You get a special bun later.
Sweet.
what's all this stuff?
And it steps down.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh,
I'm going to put my hand on Merrick and be like, and you get to go first.
Yeah.
I'll
And
stealth
him-
down since in case there's a giant kitty or something down here.
Wait a second. Aren't we inside a interdimensional thing? So, what?
This dude was real weird. We
That's
don't know
why
what
this
kind of
is
world
so
down here.
interesting. Like, why would he have this down here?
Let's go find out. But before I go
Hey,
down,
hey, maybe it's a wine cellar. Maybe it's a wine cellar.
Of
Okay, well,
course
then
you
you
would
go down
think that,
first.
Cade.
You go down first and you check it out.
Oh, it's a wine cellar. I'm gone.
Come on, brother. Let's go. You and me. And I'll pop down. I like to stealth though.
Yep, stealth.
I'm
Give me
just-
a stealth check.
I am just prancing down, skipping down.
I
the
would
trap.
also like stealth as well.
Dude, I can't roll any worse than I have in the past 2 weeks. I have
In that
real weak
one?
disease.
I rolled a 16.
Because you're a halfling, so you can re-roll any nat one
Oh
you guys
yeah,
roll.
only one.
oh, I forgot about that.
Okay, nice
I rolled
roll,
a
my
6.
Coco.
Yeah, thank you.
Good roll. 16. I got you. I speak excited mob. I'll be able to hear whatever I can.
As everybody else starts to go down, I'm going to sit on the top step and I'm going to tell my chainmail to come off so I can put on the shirt that I found, the tunic, and then put my chainmail back on top.
All right, your animated chainmail listens and pops up, floats above you, and comes down.
That's right. It's
Cool.
still animated.
It is.
Yep.
That could be really useful in certain situations.
It can.
It could be, yeah.
You
I wanna
talking
give it a
about?
name.
Are you talking about romance mode, Cade?
Did someone say romance mode?
No, no.
Okay, if we decided to do has Merrick gone down yet? Merrick and Kate gone down yet?
Yeah, stealth down there. 21.
21, nice. Prancing, Cade, sneaking Merrick.
Okay, before I go down, after he says engage romance mode, I look over to him and I was like, what does romance mode and really?
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
I'm just curious.
That's a good question.
I am equipped with several high-tech magics and techno pleasure devices. I can change my illusions to project the image of who you wish, and I have many attachments that
Oh my
vibrate
God.
at a strong frequency.
Engage
I-
the last person that you were.
Would you like romance mode?
Yep, romance mode. Be the last person.
I
you roll.
completely
God,
forget
please
about the
don't be me,
cellar.
please don't- Who's it gonna be? This is gonna-
All right.
Yes, please engage
oh,
romance
no.
mode.
All right. At that point,
Last-
Sitting on the step looking at Amir like,
Yeah, we just completely stopped looking in the vault. We want
Yeah,
to know
we're like-
Monty Bang Blast.
I'm sitting here just like, you know, like doing this, like.
There's just 5 halflings standing in front of this
Uh,
robot
they're
right
all
now.
in a walk-in closet.
I'm looking around. I'm looking round. I've seen and done everything. I don't really mind a robot. That's fine. I can carry on.
Well, I've seen it done it all. All right. We'll start with Cade because we have yet to hear enough about Cade Felstar's adventures, and then we'll pat back at what is the reveal. So stay tuned on who was the
Oh my
last
God.
minor illusion, essentially projection of romance mode. All right. So Cade Felstar, you go
Cade,
down.
Please be Cade. Please be Cade.
That would be horrifying. Oh my God. That would be amazing and terrifying. All right, so you go down and you find a red room,
A red
Interesting.
room.
red lighting, and every manner of strange furniture
Oh no.
Oh, God.
on one
This is a-
side of the room.
Is this a pain room?
It is a pain room. There's a bit of a cross. There is a saddles on the wall.
Oh, my
There's you know, all manner of strange,
If there's a
unfamiliar,
whipping
probably
crop,
Cade,
I'm gonna whip
familiar.
Cade with one.
I'm like,
You know,
Cade.
wait.
clamps, chains, flogging devices,
Oh, no.
I
spreader
know what.
bars.
I know how sensible Merrick is. I go, Merrick, no point you coming down here, mate. Okay.
And then on the other side of the wall are very large kegs. We're talking like taller than you are in their diameter, built in the wall, as in like you can't even see. There's about 3 massive.
I'll go and tap them. Do they sound hollow or they got stuff in them?
The middle one is hollow. The other 2 are not.
Okay, if there's a hollow, I just sort of I go right. Using my blade, my pack to the blade, I summon a small hatchet to my hand
Mhm.
and just hit the middle barrel.
Yeah. We'll just say it's a matter of time and effort, as you guys in the background are not kind of hearing this, as it
They're
seems
so
to be
distracted. They're so
way too
distracted
important.
with the robot.
They're-
They're so
they're
distracted.
distracted. But also, it's soundproof down here.
Of course it is.
God, that's so gross.
All right, Kate, you find a hollow tunnel that is easily walkable through here, and a what looks to be a door, just I guess you could say a typical door on the other side of this false wall. It doesn't seem to have any lock or any mechanism. It's just kind of a very a fanciful carved wood with a beautiful like gold filigree handle.
Nice. With my amazing perception.
Mhm.
Spoiler. It's my passive perception's 9. Okay.
Mhm.
I've obviously been when I've been banging at this barrel. I've been going, "Come on, guys, where the hell are you?" And they obviously don't want to flipping doing this, flipping board, not even answering me. And I just go straight to the door and open it.
Yep, door opens. It seems like whatever defenses that would pertain to this chamber here, there were so many. It's in a private dimension. You've found a vault door. It was hidden behind a barrel, a false barrel. You have this feeling of security that like whatever is left here, it's possible that there are no more defenses in place. So, you know, Cade being, you know, a survivor, perhaps not letting his guard down, but flipping that door handle without a care in the world, you come across a almost Indiana Jones style archivist room of maps of scrolls stuffed, like frayed, glass cases preserving, like almost like oxygen, less protections for making sure the degradation of precious books and ancient documents. You see like ancient brass, like the kind of metal that is not affected by time and touch on the walls. It looks like powerful rune covered brass weapons of enormous size. Like we're talking maybe for like characters, figures, people who are 15 to 20 feet tall. This room is massive. It's not massive to accommodate maybe someone who is that tall, but it almost has a feeling of like an archivist chapel, and all the weaponry is like a collector's pieces of some species of enormous powerful beings.
Looking around and being extremely, what would I say? He doesn't think things through, and he just literally just covers whatever sort of hit his mind. Looking around the room, which one of the items or which one of the rooms is the first one that catches his attention? Is like, ooh, shiny, and he's going to go and just have a look at it.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me what languages you read.
I have, let me see, Common, Elvish, and Halfling.
Common, Elvish, and Halfling. You are kind of looking over maps and like a preserved map, an old map, and a map of the Sea of Fallen Stars in a way that does not, like, it's a Sea of Fallen Stars because if you look at a body of water, very rarely do the outer edges of a body of water change, even across hundreds of thousands of years. So you can recognize this, but the land masses have different kind of lines on the map that don't reference the kingdoms that exist now. The language seems to be very ancient, very structured in kind of runic. It kind of reminds you of a little bit of Dwarvish that you've seen, because like it's more of a modern language, like, but it'd almost be like, how you and I can recognize Russian characters but can't speak Russian.
Yep.
It's like that's kind of like the vibe you're getting, is like this is a legible, readable, real language. It just has characters you've never learned. And looking at that, you see one thing that really changes the structure of the map. And it is a landmass in the center of the Sea and Fallen Stars. So that doesn't exist at all in this world, or at least in this version of the world. But it shows a massive landmass, like kingdom sized, in the middle of it all. And then additionally, you have a triangle drawn on the glass, not on the map underneath, but as though like someone has written notes on the glass, like formulaic kind of, or like kind of interesting kind of hints and notes. And this would be in a language you can read. What was the languages you can read one more time?
Yeah. How about Halfling? Because the guy's a Halfling.
Yeah, it would be Halfling. Yeah. And it would say, well, actually,
Or Elvish
yeah.
or Common. That's the only two I've got.
I'll say Common would make the most sense, because this is probably just like you get the vibe that from his writing, it's more of like a thoughtless kind of a free-minded note-taking. And a triangle is in an open space of water between where you recognize you are now on the northern shores of this kingdom and the body of water. And he's kind of this almost Bermuda Triangle kind of looking thing, and a question mark, and saying, is it real? If it is, it must be here. Invitation only? Question mark. Otherwise, impossible to find.
Okay. I'm like, where are those guys? What are they up to? They were right behind me a second ago.
Meanwhile, we
Yeah.
flash forward to you
Yes.
guys,
Yeah.
and a 8 foot tall, muscle mommy bound demon with curling horns, curvaceous, voluptuous form, wearing dominatrix leathers, her wings stretching, with piercings along the edges of those wings, and she is looking down at you with a smile and speaking in a fiendish tongue. Do any of you guys speak any of the abyssal or infernal
I
fiend-based language?
I also speak Elvish and Halfling.
Draconic.
I don't think any of us speak Fiendish or Abyssal.
We're not that
Uh,
interesting.
Wait, can you use? I would like to engage Steilheimer's voice with this creature, if you don't mind. I'd like to get real weird.
Of course, anything you would like.
Excellent.
His
Oh,
very like proper construct male butler voice is coming out of
yeah.
this
Oh,
like
shoot. What was this
evil.
muscle mommy's name?
Um, let's see. Let's go through the notes. You guys are so clever. Holy
Let,
shit!
let me guess. It's Schmarlak.
Schmarl.
It is like a mix of Mizora and Karlak. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see. Um,
This is one I'm writing down for sure.
you address me as mistress.
Okay, what about any other cool names, mistress?
The
What?
formal name?
Yes, just to make it feel weird before we get started. But then I'll go mistress after that.
Hilisandra, the destroyer.
The destroyer. Now, Ilisana Destroyer. Cade's
Kill.
other
Ilisandra.
Monty is downstairs waiting for you. Go down there and get real weird. And I'm just gonna step back.
Would you like to confirm that you are waiting for me downstairs?
Yes.
Monty's down there waiting for you. The one that looks like me? Get him.
Go ahead and do a persuasion check or deception check, excuse me. Deception.
Please don't fuck this up. Please don't fuck this up.
I'll be right back.
We're gonna have to do battle map all of a sudden.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
I
Kate
got nat
doesn't.
20. Hang on one
Oh
second.
no. Oh no.
Yes. Yes. And no matter what I say, there's no safe word. All right.
That
Let's
is
go.
that is not how my programming works. Where is the safe word?
Let's see. What would the total of this be? It's gonna be bad.
This
Oh god.
Persuasion up just a 20. Bummer.
um, all right. Well, a 20 is enough as it was the DC right on the money.
Just everybody say. It's like follow.
Once he walks down, we just close the hack.
Steilheimer will change. You can hear mechanical components changing size to go down the hatch, and then you can hear like the components change to go back to the normal size of
This is the
a
best day
large.
of my
As
life.
Starhammer went down, Callus is just immediately leaning to the side, pulling her legs off the stair, and just being like, okay.
This is normal brother stuff.
Not normal brothers.
I'm so looking at Amira and Poppy going, I'm glad I don't have brothers.
Pete, you wanted me to be brothers. This is happening.
I-
Just fold back the mirrors, bro.
My mother told me stories about my father would do things like this.
Hey, close your eyes.
So the vault doesn't all close all the way because you've broken it. So at the very least, like it closes and it's kind of like not a perfect seal. But as you guys can hear the
We're never gonna get a perfect seal after this.
Stop. Oh no. Inspiration point. That was terrible. I loved it.
Somebody clip that.
There's never been a perfect seal after this.
Clipped.
All right.
It's clipped.
And then you hear Kate, for distance, you hear a very powerful feminine voice.
Okay.
Um,
I turn around and go, oh my darling, yes.
it's just kind of hanging her arm, powerful muscle-bound arm, kind of grabbing the roof of the destroyed keg tunnel, and just saying, "You've been a very bad halfling. It's time to be punished." Oh,
My face between her legs like this, like behind her.
just looking like her tail. Her tail is like the kind of tail that could easily be a flogger. Yeah.
I just go, of course I have. Whilst we're here, we might as well enjoy ourselves.
Oh, and I'm like, oh
no!
no.
All right, cue a montage of Cade doing a performance check.
God, this is the best day of Dungeons and Dragons in my life.
We actually have dungeons today.
I'm just gonna walk back to the guys and just be like, he liked it. With my head down, just like.
Well, okay, just to really obviously put my brother off completely. My performance was a 25.
Oh my god. That is incredible. Yeah, would you like to describe how
Not really.
any flavor?
Black,
Not really.
Okay, just making sure if there's a 25, you have the freedom to say incredible success on any metric you decide is successful.
Absolutely incredible success. Actually, I turned the top into a bottom. We'll leave it as that.
It's nice. Yeah. All right. Yeah. The simulated kind of a muscle-bound fiend, which you don't realize is Steilhammer because you're ever part of that transition. You're just like pulling the tail, like get back over here. It's like, oh no. And at that point, Cade returns, and a little perspiring, probably dabbing it off. As Steilhammer comes back smoking a cigarette.
I needed that. I was in such a cranky mood this morning. Oh.
Are you okay, Cade?
I am now.
Okay.
I'm just sitting outside now. Yeah.
Steilhammer comes back, like the construct is smoking a cigarette, and just says, "I will need to repair at least 3 attachments before next time."
At that point, Amira, kind of looks over to Cade a little bit shocked, like, what did you do?
What did you do to this thing?
What happens in the red room? What I got to remember is what happens in the red room stays in the red room.
What's a red room?
Don't go down there without a mop. Trust me.
Thankfully, you upgraded my components to adamantine. I would not have. Otherwise, I would not have survived.
Oh lordy. Oh.
Callus is looking at Cade, looking at the robot, looking at Cade, looking at the robot.
And I'm just like acting like nothing's happened at all. Like, this is just another Tuesday.
Before you left it.
Yeah, it's another it's another Tuesday.
Okay.
Did you say Did you say Tuesday?
Yeah, as in Tuesday.
After a good session, his accent changes. Amazing.
Ooh, my face hurts already.
Oh yeah,
I
was not prepared.
Hurt.
Kate, are you going to tell them about what you found besides the secrets of supernatural pleasures that can be made of artifice and magic?
Okay. Obviously, I know that you guys are a little bit more of the vanilla persuasion, should I say. So if you'd like to accompany me, please close your eyes for about 5 seconds as we walk through a room. But then the room after that, I feel that you guys may enjoy more than the room that I just enjoyed.
Oh, I'm not closing my eyes. I'm that curious.
Yeah.
Oh, same. I'm curious. It's just like, what?
I'm really curious as to what the hell just happened down there.
So I really want to go first.
Okay. You go first.
Learn the reverse hucklebuck, bro.
I will follow right
You could have
behind.
done that into anything else.
So, when Kay
You
tells
see
us about the
saddles
other
are all
room.
cool. Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, when Kay tells us, like, you close your eyes for about 5 minutes, I'm like, oh. So I quickly run down the stairs and, like, hop
Yeah.
into the stairs at the moment. And I guess I get to the opening and I just let out, like, a
The best thing is
wow.
when you do that, no one hears it. It's great. You're in front.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sound. You discover it's soundproof. You discover floggers have been broken in half. Paddles have been shattered. Saddles have been like solid leather saddles are bowed almost completely to flat with bite marks, either machine or halfling. You can't tell on the leather. Solid reinforced crosses have been snapped. This place has been leveled through vigorous, nonstop, primal usage
Melee
that only
combat.
your fantasies can fulfill. Let the imagination of anyone involved go to the ends of the universe here.
Well,
And
I do give it like another look over, and I say, well, this is pretty amazing, but I'm a little disappointed. The bed isn't broken.
there isn't a bed. Why do you need a bed?
There was
There
no bed.
wasn't a bed in there?
There was not a
Oh!
bed. There's a lot of cool like black light painting on the walls and ceiling though. It's kind of like a really cool phosphorescent glowing like I guess paint job that wasn't there
Paint?
before.
Pa- what?
Uh,
Just
So,
lubricant.
is Calcis behind me?
yep, I
I
am.
think we're all behind.
I
Yeah.
turn around quickly, I'm like, don't touch anything.
No problem.
Don't touch-
And I'm just
don't touch
looking
anything.
around going,
And I just walk. I walk
Backfired,
straight.
guys. That backfired just a little bit.
I walk straight past these and go. This is the bit I told you. Memory, eyes closed. Remember? And I keep walking straight towards the barrel and straight into the archivist's room.
Yep.
As I walk
like
through,
that.
I give a quick blessing to Cirillali and like, oh, okay, this is a little much. Okay.
You do see a rolling pin as well, Poppy.
I'm not touching that one. That's not mine.
that can't ever leave this room then.
I'm gonna be
How would
having
you know if it was
nightmares.
in the kitchen?
What?
How would you know if that ever wound up in the kitchen?
It will do.
What? No, that's no.
No. These
Can
are
we
for
burn
other
it? Can we
bugs.
burn it now?
You can absolutely burn it if you want.
I don't have any gloves.
Remember that scene in Brooklyn Nine-Nine where it's like, you can kick me, punch me, stab me, burn me. This is the
Yes.
room that sentence connects to.
Adrian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have mage hand, so I'll like look at it and go, "You need it closer to burn it?"
I just. Yes, I just needed a glove to pick it up. If we're gonna take this and dispose of it,
If they're getting really, really like ooey with things, I'll just walk up to it and hold it up and say, "Do you want to stick it?"
I don't know where that thing's been, bro.
I do. It's fine. Just burn it if you want to burn it. It's your choice. If you want to be vanilla, it's your complete choice. But
It's
don't
not
ever.
Cade, it's not about being vanilla. It's like it's got you on it, and I don't, or something, and that's just gross.
For what it's worth, there are gloves. They just have different weird finger attachments of all different strange shapes on the ends.
have to put a special rating on this.
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
We haven't crossed any threshold.
Yeah.
Let's see. Can I make this
Stay vague.
not? Let's go.
Is there a purify?
Sexual
spell?
themes.
There is a purify. I think it's prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Are we in the archive room though? The maps.
You can all now get to the archive room through the damaged, massive keg like barrel. There are still two other barrels that are not damaged on either side with taps.
Oh, it just come up with a 1 second. Stronghold's content is intended for certain audiences. Is that online? It just it may contain. It says may, so it's not definite.
Yeah.
Sexual themes. Just to say.
Late warning. Yeah, Brad. Mistakes were made.
Right. Tim tried to stick a romance mode bot on his brother.
But that's the thing. Did you? It's like you know, or you know how he is. Like, did you think that it was gonna backfire?
Was hoping that the giant muscle mommy demon would have won, and maybe traumatized me. I'm just going through maps.
And Steinheimer says, "I did." Still smoking.
Steinheimer, what are you doing here?
Well,
Have you ever
now
been
we
in this
really
one,
know.
Steinheimer?
I must go into cleaning mode and starts cleaning everything.
Styleheimer, what's my favorite thing to look at in here?
I am not allowed
Oh,
any
I
in there.
Yes, thank you for going into cleaning mode. From the disaster that has happened upstairs, that is definitely needed with the clothes.
Understand.
I would like to write out the word Elisandra the Destroyer and hand it to Cade.
Kilisandra.
Kilisandra.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'll be like, so that is who Immortan. Why do I
Monty.
say Immortal Joe?
Just
You're
Monty.
thinking
That is
of
who-
Morton Joe from the Mad Max trilogy.
That's
Yeah.
that's
I'll
who.
look at it. I'll go. Is that? I don't need to know names.
We're going to look for that name in here. We're going to look for that name in here.
Holy shit. Who are you?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, thanks for the donation, Hardy. Appreciate it.
Hey, look.
So you couldn't donate directly, huh? I'm sorry, buddy.
And Mira definitely has a newfound, respect and fear of Cade.
As we all do. Write that down. Write that down.
So if we
Yeah.
ever need somebody to take one for the team, and I'm going to be looking towards Cade, probably come out on top sending Cade in. Okay.
You say
Literally.
that as you look at like a wall of like different monster attachments, like tentacles, claws, things like that. All right, you're in the archivist room.
It's okay. The English person's the innocent one in this room, so it's fine.
You said there was a wall of weapons.
Yeah, like weapons that are built for someone 15 to 25 feet tall. Variations of those people, I should say.
I got a
would
feeling
immediately start walking
Monty
over
wasn't.
towards those to look at everything that's there.
Everything else is half yes. Well, with the exception of like needing a ladder or something to get to the taller shelves or cases and things like that.
Did you say there was like a bookshelf or like shelves with scrolls or books or anything
Yes.
on it? Because that's where I want to go. Yeah, I head over there. I start rifling through it.
So there are definitely some that aren't like old enough to need protection, and you can rifle those. The others are like preserved in glass. Otherwise, like a vacuum seal. But you can rifle through those scrolls. Go ahead and give me an investigation check to see what importance do you find.
Okay. That's gonna be a 15.
15. All right. So with 15, I'll ask you what are you hoping to find? And I can kind of.
Any kind of, something that looks important regarding, what happened at the show, or, why he has all these collection of weapons, that's clearly not his size. Just anything that stands out.
I'll say nothing that you find that can obviously connect to the show, nor any of these these new scrolls don't really have anything to do with these ancient weapons. But you do find looks to be like documentation, tracking, in great detail, the political climate of the Yuan-Ti as they are moving more freely into the realms of essentially these kingdoms around the Sea of Fallen Stars. And the notes include Monty documenting that the Yuan-Ti are split. It used to be split into many different factions, all vying for different versions of their, different gods. That essentially the belief was like they had one god that was split into many, snake, essentially snake themes. And he doesn't. This is definitely like Monty's documentations. What it appears to be now is there's two major factions left after assimilating, in the same way like Aztec Empire, basically like one grew so dominant the others had to band together. One of them is the Yuan-Ti faction that worships the world serpent and is basically being led into a complete devotion to harmony with all other races, dictated by the leadership of a Yuan-Ti demigod that has risen to power very, very recently. The others are a faction of collected tribes that want Yuan-Ti to be the superior race of Faerun, and basically are leveraging their numbers, their resources, their magics, their knowledges scattered across these evil tribes to try and destroy any chance at unification or symbiotic relationships to be developed, even going so far as to perform terroristic actions against different Sea of Fallen Stars kingdoms and major cities, and blaming it on, like, trying to make it look like all Yuan-Ti and not just one side or the other. So trying to like destabilize any hope of Yuan-Ti being perceived as good, which isn't very hard in the world as it is, and making sure there's no chance at diplomacy being welcome.
And how many scrolls did I find on those subjects? Like, how many in particular?
You probably found like going through like 7, like a bundle of 7 different scrolls,
Okay.
documenting in great detail like this kind of these factions, these political movements. All of it seems to be the Sea of Fallen Stars centric, though the history of the Yuan-Ti do come from the south, more climate, more tropical climate regions of the world. But the documentation start with the great surge of Yuan-Ti arriving to this area.
I kind of let everybody else know. Don't you find this weird that, a circus owner has stuff like this down here? I don't. It's really weird why he's so interested in it.
I'll say I'm more impressed with these massive, great, big weapons with runes all over them, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's much more impressive
not-
than a bit of stuff that you could use for toilet paper.
Well, I mean, that's not something that I feel like that I'd be able to pick up. So I'm not really that interested in it. I'm more interested in the documentation and information of why this is down here, why he's so interested.
To be fair, all we need to do is find out where he is, because to be honest, we were doing quite well in that circus. We were doing really well, getting a name for ourselves. It looked like we were going somewhere. We were actually making traction, and people were wanting to come and see us. Now this has happened. We're going to have to rebuild our reputation again.
Well, don't you think these documents would be able to help us find out where he is? I don't think those weapons with runes on it would help very much.
Yeah, but we could get Callus to whack him round the head with one of them.
I don't want to necessarily hit her with them, but
No, Montague. Hit Montague with them.
that would kill Montague, and you want answers,
Exactly.
not him
Oh,
dead.
I want him dead at this point.
Well, then you're not going to get your answers.
I don't think Montague is who we think he is, to be clear. And as I look at these
Right.
huge, tall weapons, I'm like, I got a feeling. Okay, the next thing that we're gonna ask Steilheimer is, what does Montague look like?
Huh.
Just
In
hold up a
looking at
mirror.
the in looking at the weapons, is there any that stand out? Like, are there any that are of weird races that I could have come across? Can I recognize any markings on them?
Yeah, go ahead and do a knowledge history check.
Okay.
Do you speak, what language do you speak? Because it might be advantage or disadvantage based on that.
Yeah, common sign language and Draconic.
You
So
know,
those are
I will say just roll flat, roll normal
roll play.
here.
Okay. It's a 15.
It seems to have some draconic glyphs, but split in a way that is an older language, a language that looks to have a blend of draconic and another language as its root. So this language is either predates uh, uh, some major historical relevance between dragon history, because dragons have never created a language in conjunction, especially very likely magical, with another species, another race, another civilization before.
On the
Would you,
one that I see those runes on, is it behind glass or just hanging on the wall?
these ones are all the weapons are hanging on the wall as though they're immune to the aging of time, though they do appear to be like from another age.
So there's a bunch of magic weapons against the wall.
Can
So
I
what'd you
touch?
say?
Yeah, and they're all made for 15 to 25 feet figures. Yeah,
Can I touch it?
you can certainly try. Yeah.
I'd reach out and just kind of run my hand across the runes, trying to read them. So I'm going to physically touch it.
Okay. As you reach up, with your small frame and touch, we'll say the bottom most half of like a great axe or a great sword or mighty weapons, and weapons you'd associate with, dreadnoughts in battle.
Hmm.
Um, you don't get anything tactile from them. No strange transference of energy. Um, like I said, you see like the root of draconic language in some of the runes, but it's incomplete. It's almost like the draconic runes are blended with other runes and other language, a missing language.
Okay. Dragons
Now,
don't talk to other races. This is mixed. Can you read any of it?
Well, we
um,
could copy
due,
it down.
well, due to the size, could a mirror possibly tell that it has mixed with giant in it as well?
Yeah, go do a knowledge history check here for you. Just a flat roll.
13.
At the very least, you'd have to be giant blooded, giant sized to wield these. It would make sense that the language structure could be giant. It could
Okay,
be.
because I speak giant.
You do speak giant? Oh shit.
I
Yeah.
do.
You recognize these as giant runes mixed with draconic runes. In the same way you can see giant but not draconic, and Annie's character can do draconic but not giant, you see two halves of a whole respectfully. But the one implication that you can kind of understand is the dragons and giants unified to make these. Like the smiths of dragons and giant kind work together for these. And you with giants can read that this is a predates the oldest giant writings you've ever seen. Not that you've seen many, you're not like, a pursuant of history and giant specialization. But this is very old. Like this
Wait.
is incredible.
So I'm going back through my notes and I'm looking at. I'm assuming that she's saying something about giants.
Let's see. I try not to assume. We'll see if we can ask.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Coco, do you
so
tell us anything about this?
I do. I definitely say that there is some giant language mixed in with these runes, but they're old. They're like almost ancient. It's really weird seeing, I figured because they're so big that, bigger beings had to have been able to wield these. But seeing giant and then not, do I know that Calcis said there was dragons there?
Yeah, I said there was
Okay.
dragons.
But so having us two together, being able to, possibly decipher these out would be great. But seeing these two mixed together, very strange.
Well,
I turn to him and go, look, lots of relationships are multiracial, okay? Don't worry about it. It happens. Dwarfs and giants, look, they're both large creatures. They won't hurt each other at all. They'll be fine.
does this have anything to do? I mean, I'm trying to go. Going back through my notes here, and was it Zelruska that told us about the storm giants?
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like he's investigating, or there's something's going on with the. Does this have to do with the storm giants that Zelruska was talking about? Maybe the storm giants that entered the two storm giants that entered the Sea of Fallen Stars on orcas.
Can we tell if the runes say that?
Or
Or,
if they're related in some form or fashion, and if his notes are maybe, that they have something to do with that, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and you can, whoever's looking at the next bundle of notes or things presented here, um, can look to that. Who wants to do a knowledge check, intelligence check? Kind of put that together.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not
investigation is a 15.
15. It seems like he's absolutely tracking the new development of these two storm giants, and excitedly talking about the possibility of them raising the fallen kingdom at the bottom of the sea and fallen stars, raising it or bringing it back to power. He's speculating in his notes what one could do with the power they might have. He says maybe it will remain, a secret. Maybe they will present themselves as a unified coalition. They're entreating with so many different kingdoms on the shores of the fallen stars. Every neighboring kingdom is being spoken to, and even he like ruminates almost like a journal. Oh, to be in that room with the leaders of different nations being entreated by storm giants or even possible demigod. He says the world is changing rapidly. This hasn't happened. This hasn't happened in history. And he, in a note, you got a 15?
Yeah, it was a 15. Yeah.
He says, maybe this will help me break my curse.
Oh, we really did not know who Monty was at all.
If you were saying about the landmass and stuff, I will point at the map that you guys have all ignored and go, it's what I brought you in to see over here. Look at the triangle.
Well, can you blame us what you did to that room back there?
That was that room, this
We were a
room.
little bit distracted.
I'm a different person in this room, okay? Look at the map.
Yeah,
but
if you guys look at the map, I will reiterate. The map shows what looks to be an ancient kingdom as a centerpiece of the Sea of Fallen Stars. And then between the two, the landmass that you're on, essentially the continental Faerun of the southern shores, and this mysterious non-existent landmass is a triangle that he's kind of written on the glass, and his curiosities and notes about is the only way here to be invited. Does it even exist?
Interesting. They're looking
another
at
thing
that.
that really,
Invited by
another
who?
thing that,
I wonder if he means Sarissa and Savathor. Invited by them.
Our characters don't know who that is.
Yeah, we do. I have it in my notes
Really?
from Zelruska.
Oh, you were listening. I was naked.
Was naked.
I think I was unconscious at that point.
Okay, well,
Well, another thing that really, Amir says, that really kind of, puts me on his edge is these are so ancient. How did he get these?
And what's his curse?
That
Was
as
he able
well.
to
Like,
wield these?
that's what also kind of puts me on edge.
To be honest, his curse at the moment is upsetting every single halfling in this room.
But I don't understand. I feel like these weapons have to do with his curse because why else would he need them?
Or why would he keep them?
That as well. Yeah.
Because
Why
he
would
could
he keep
sell
them?
for a lot of money.
What if they have nothing to do with it and it's just he's trying to read the runes? It's pointing him in a direction.
wow.
Maybe he likes collecting shiny things. Merrick, well, you want to say something, bro?
So, there's more. There's more to this. As I mentioned, Dross got an object from that jewelry. We have a scroll of sending or message to uh, the Duchess. Seems like the Duchess probably could fill some of these holes while we potentially speculate. Would you guys like to go gather some more information and then at the jeweler store and then go to the Duchess and present as much information as we have? Like, I feel like we're gonna
Yeah.
arrive to her with a shit ton of info, and then maybe bring her back here. Or do you want to keep this to ourselves?
Keep it to ourselves. The less
Yeah,
people that know about it, the better.
high five. Yeah. So we mention all of this stuff, right? And then this is our hiding place. No one else needs to know about this. And then, but you guys want to go check out what the hell this jeweler's up to? I think this guy's got something to do with it.
I agree.
Yes.
Somebody's
yes.
impersonating me, and that's not good. There's only
Yeah.
enough room for one of me.
Who's impersonating who?
A doppelganger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody dressed as Poppy is the one who gave somebody the message that
hmm
blew
In
everybody's
the
pants off.
alleyway.
Take it as look. We work in this field. Flattery is a very when you sort of imitate somebody, it's just to say how good they are. That's all it is, Poppy.
Cade, I would never do what you did to us. With that spell. I would never do something like that. I mean, maybe I would, but it would be with people I don't like, not to the people I'm friends with. Are you kidding me?
Hey, I would do it with consent, but no one asked us, did they?
No, and nobody asked to impersonate me either. They just impersonated me and gave that scroll to Monty, who then gave it to you, and then you screwed everything up. So thanks,
I
Cade.
didn't screw everybody up. Well, that's a different time. But did not go wrong with this scroll. I read the scroll as instructed, and there were some slight complications.
Yeah, slight.
We're not
As
saying it's entirely your fault, but the person impersonating Poppy switched the scrolls and gave you that scroll, and that's how we ended up in the situation that we're in now. That is the key. Someone is out there impersonating one of our members, and they know who Poppy is, and it makes me also feel like that they're trying to frame her or the entire group. So we need to find that person so no one else gets impersonated and now our names are dragged through mud.
I reckon we should put on a performance just to show that we're still nice people, friendly people, and let's do some counter sort of.
We ran from the big tub. We left people in there. The
Yeah.
Duchess wants us to get her information. I don't think she's going to be really keen on us having a show while we're supposed to be getting her information.
Correct.
Because that makes us look like we really don't care.
We're
And
gonna
we're
get.
kind
We
of,
should get the information and then do the performance at the masquerade.
there you go.
Yes. She has invited us to come and put on a performance for her. So we can do
That's the
it
best
there,
one.
and we can also go on a mission to see if we can get some many other information at the same time while we're there.
I turn to Admira and go, look, I understand that you guys have all got more important. I look a little bit more depressed. I'm like, I know you guys were doing this as a side hustle. This was my main hustle. I wanted this. This is what I wanted to do. It's adventuring, Lark. It's a bit more dangerous than I'm used to. Is it something we really... If those things are going to keep attacking us, we're going to have all these things to do. There's no safe words. I'm not in. I don't want to be doing it.
Amira will walk over to Cade and kind of put her hand on his shoulder and look him, kind of like give him like a little like, a cheer up shake, and she will look him in the eye and say, "You said can calling this your hustle. You don't want to be running from it for the rest of your life with your life."
No, exactly. But it's just this wasn't the plan. This definitely wasn't the plan.
It wasn't the plan for
wasn't.
any of us.
Mm-hmm.
But
No, but
we stick together. We find out. We find out what's going on. We get some answers. Then you can go back to doing what you want to do.
well, no,
We
it's
can
not.
go back to the shows. But if we don't...
If we can go back to the show, that's fine. I see this as like you guys are just going to get more interesting things you want to do outside the show and just go and do that. I liked us all working together.
I look at him again and I say, I have never had as much fun in my life than I have had performing with you guys. I have enjoyed my time being here with you four. It has definitely brought light into my life, traveling alone for quite a bit, and then only having my mom in my life, not really having friends, but I feel like I have found friends in you guys, and kind of like a pseudo family.
Yeah. To be honest, I got to the point where it's like, look, I found Merrick. He's definitely different, but you can definitely rely on him to look after you. He's like the most reliable brother on the planet. It's like, God, we got to keep doing this, but it's like, I thought we were getting somewhere. I thought we were just as we start to settle down and get like a bit more of like a family around us, and like the circus was my family. Obviously, you're a lot closer than that, but it just feels it's just. I didn't have a lot of family growing up. It just feels like it's just been ripped away from me again. It's not what I want.
Well, it's not ripped away from us. It's moved a little slightly to the left. But we're all still here. We're here to help support each other. And look, I grew up the same way. I grew up with my mom. That's it. The tavern. People in and out. You guys are awesome. We got to keep doing this so we can figure out what's going on, so we can go back to doing what we had fun doing. I had more fun doing all the props and getting everything ready for your shows and making sure I could throw out the guys that were being bums. I want to get back to that. I love seeing their faces when I do that.
I kind of look at.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I look at Cade again, and I said, and look, if you and your brother split up, you're gonna be worrying about him nonstop. He needs someone to, have his back. And you're it. You are that person. So you can't split up.
Oh, I'm not splitting up. I just don't want all five of us to go separate ways. It just feels that I know what from all the stories that Montague has said about all these adventures and all this fan. It's very addictive. It's something that you get under your skin. It looks like it's really exciting, and then will the circus have that spark again? Will it, or do people want to go and do that instead of this? It just look. You're turn to Admira and Cassie. Look, your dad sounds a lot like mine. He's a bit of a dick. He was never around. So, look, let's just say, fuck fathers. Let's just leave him alone. Mothers rule.
I never really knew my father growing up. I just heard stories. I've heard, tunes. That he would hum. I've I only have a picture of him. I've never actually gotten to meet him, and that was my journey to go and find him, see, what kind of a person he was, and what he did. And then you kind of all of you sidetracked me, and it was a very good,
Hey.
Distraction from my journey. And honestly, I feel like this is the new path for me. So I'm not. I kind of like put him in like a little like headlock and like give him like a noogie. I'm like, I'm not going. I'm staying here.
I'm like, look, if you got a picture of him, when we're sat down, let's go through it, have a look. Because look, 5 heads are better than one. Maybe Merrick's one of these guys that notices everything. Literally, you could be walking down a road and you'll come to me. Did you see that guy in the wall? Is that the guy there? Look, you got one dangerous guy there. I'm like, I saw the person selling cakes. Merrick literally picks up on every little detail about everything. If there's a picture you got of him, give it to Merrick. I'm pretty sure if he's seen him, he'll remember. He's just the most perceptive person I've ever met in my life.
On the mention of Merrick, you realize he's no longer in the room.
Oh, for fuck's sake, he's gone again. Do you know what I'm saying about him being perceptive? He's also a sneaky little bastard.
That's why you need to have his back.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you need to look out for him.
I at that point, I transform my little hatchet into a pistol, and I'm going to shoot the bastard for leaving without telling us.
Well,
All right.
if you ever, need some, roughening up help, I'll be here to help you with that. If you ever do find him.
Yeah.
Let's
help
find
hold him
them.
down.
Let's find the sneaky shit.
Right.
Absolutely.
You go upstairs and you see Merrick kind of finishing a conversation, gleaning information on what. Or I shall say, I'll let Tim tell what would be overheard at the tail end of that conversation, because you did get an answer, and the answer, if you want it now, or want it privately.
Yeah, so when they come up, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. So you basically are being told, yes, but a much younger, sir. Much younger, but still halfling.
So I like to try to look old. Interesting.
You believe in our conversations that people are more trusting of an entrepreneur, of a sage, of a wise man, of a wanderer, when he is more aged and less threatened by someone who is young, vital.
What are other names that I've gone by?
The list is quite long, sir.
Is there a true name?
You
I'm having trouble remember.
have only ever shared with me that you wish to be called Montague. Monty for short, in
That
matters of.
sounds good.
But I've always felt that, sir, that you have wished to keep a distance between a life that you've left behind and what you have forged now, and those people that you look after in your protection as a leader of performance and storytelling.
Interesting. Well, do we decide to head to the jewelers or to the Duchess?
I think
Well,
to the
Did you
jeweler.
miss all? I said,
I
did you
believe-
miss all
The
our
jeweler.
conversation down? Did you miss all our conversation downstairs, Merrick?
Sound like it was getting mushy. Something, something. I love you guys. Something, something. I'm a weak little brother, and I was wondering if maybe we should get on with this.
He did
Would
not
you
hear
like-
a word.
Of
Would you like
course.
your receipt for the commissions you made at the jewelers?
Yes. Wait. What were the commissions I made?
There were 5 commissions for your favorite performing staff.
I'll go and grab the receipts.
He like procures it out of a compartment in his chest.
I would
looking
I would
over
put
for-
some Purell on that.
Okay.
What is Purell?
You said that you wanted to make sure that your performers would be protected by the best defensive magics, and you have made sure that Azul, a crafter and procurer of magical jewelry, could make custom pieces for each of them, and he lists your names.
Ah, right.
I go, great.
I remember
where's
these.
Wait a
Where's
minute.
Kate? I
Can we go like this real quick?
Oh, halfling huddle. Okay.
go.
A
Now you
halfling
want-
huddle. Yes, halfling huddle.
Nothing huddle. It is
Okay.
canonical.
I go, so now you want to talk that it's about something rather than feelings, yeah?
Just will you quit whining? Cade. And I'll look at Cade for Cade's buy-in to bring him into this. Cade, now stay with me. What if
I'd love-
Styleheimer makes the appearance of Monty to go pick up these things and we go with him?
What if Steinhammer is Monty?
Could be.
You
Could
can
be.
transform into all these different things. You had this creature he said he turned into. How do you know it's not Monty and he's just playing us completely on this whole thing?
How is Monty banging himself? I think there's clearly 2 things here.
Have you got proof of that, or is it just what he said?
But what happens if we have Steinhammer look like Monte, and the people that took Monte then get concerned because they think they have Monte?
Yeah, we
but
can
Monte's
come back
not.
to that as another course of action if we get too unraveled.
Well, another thing,
Oh.
you would assume that Monty has been to the jewelers multiple times, so they would know his antics and tricks. And if someone there is looking like Monty and he's not acting like,
Was it the
We
receipt?
could do the old Monty's got a sore throat. We're talking for him right now, and Monty's sitting there going like.
But then again, we
Hold on a
we
second.
got-
I lean back and hey Steinheimer, can you leave this place?
No, I am forbidden.
Ah,
I said, we got a receipt. Look, you guys have never been shopping. You guys
We're all
have
in the
never been
huddle.
shopping anyway.
It's
You
fine.
guys have never been shopping before. You got a receipt. You just go and cash it in. Come on.
exactly,
I know
we
you're a
have the
rogue.
receipts.
It's not hard.
We have the receipts. We can go and say, Monty sent us to pick up these orders. And
Because
we,
they're fine.
you know,
And our names are there.
and our names are on them.
But are you sure he's not Monty? Because there's something fishy about this guy. Can
Oh,
I
and
insight check this robot to see if he's Monty?
yes, go ahead, insight check. And also on the receipt, it doesn't have Monty's name. It says Grand Thamiel Timian.
You didn't already do a good enough insight check earlier?
No, that was an inside.
I'll
That was
type
an
it in.
inside
check.
not an insight check.
That is amazing. Oh my god.
What was the
Wow, that's
name?
all
What was that
happening.
name? Grand what?
I'm gonna type it in into our we'll
An
take quick check.
inside check. Oh,
That is
God.
amazing.
I'm
Oh.
going to nudge Amira as we're standing there. Do you have the
It's in
flyer?
Twitch.
The picture?
I got
Oh,
a
yes.
15 on insight.
As I'm rummaging through my little pouch, I pull it out and I look at Kate. I'm like, yeah, this is you said that Merrick would know if he see a guy on the streets, right?
Yeah, go show it to him. I'm looking at this receipt now. I've focused on something else now. I've gone the squirrel mode of what's this? Huh.
So go ahead.
As you're pulling it out, I'm trying to look over your shoulder at it.
Well,
Well, we're in the
kinda
huddle,
see-
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I pull it out and I kind of show it, I have it between my thumb and my finger. I kind of show it in between so that everybody can lean over a little bit and look. and I asked Merrick, and I said, Merrick, have you happened to see this guy? He's a bard. He's my mom said he's my dad. I went on a journey to try and find him just to, see what kind of person he is, but I no luck.
Wait,
Haven't been able to find him.
wait a second.
Hold. I'm digging in my pouch.
I dig in my pouch, and I produce the same thing.
Same thing, but mine looks like it's tavern worn and like smudged all over.
Where did you
What?
Where did you get that?
My mom got it for me when he came into town to do a show at our local tavern. Why do you have that?
And Merrick, this picture makes the description that Stylehammer just gave you.
The young halfling.
The young, handsome halfling man.
This is
This is who you're looking for?
our
Yeah,
father.
this is my dad.
I look over and go, bollocks, no fucking chance. This is pointless. That's Kate. That's Merrick, that's our dad.
Wait. Time out. So you're saying, well, I'm looking at Poppy. You're saying he's your dad. Then I look at Cal, says, you're saying he's your dad.
Yeah.
And then I look at Cade, and you're saying that he's your true dad.
Yeah,
What?
that,
Okay.
Go outside and throw up for a second. I'm gonna go outside and throw up.
So.
Wait a minute.
I'm like, isn't that actually look? This is Scarlet Bieber. That's Cade's. That's my dad's stage name.
Yeah, Scarlet Bieber. That's who my mom
Yes.
saw in Waterdeep.
My mom and my dad had a great night together, and he had like a little private concert for her, and one thing led to me, and then he didn't stay very long, and I don't even think he knows I exist.
Same.
Oh.
In the tavern.
And my mom
Wizard of Oz?
used to sing Starlight Promise to me all the time.
As you said,
Yes!
I will go into Starlight Promise. You mean this one? Go straight.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm a little. Oh, okay, I'm having a freak attack right now. There's no way.
When we said we were family, you didn't. We actually are.
That had no meaning. Like, it had a meaning, but it had like no blood ties at all. It was just y'all were like my little put together family because we all came into one place, and not realizing we had any actual blood ties.
And you're saying this person that you're saying
Wait a minute.
Monty.
Wait.
You're saying
wait,
Monty's our dad.
Oh.
Is that what we're saying? You mean you're telling me my dad set this up?
How many
Fuck you, I'm
times
the
do you
kid.
need to say this to yourself, Cade? And I'll start shaking him. Are you fucking broken? Are you in a loop? Yes.
Hey,
Turn
you be
yourself
nice
on.
to him.
Turn yourself
He-
back on again.
He's
Look,
my
look.
brother. You be nice to him.
I know he fucked off when we were younger, but you mean he did this on purpose this time? I just
No.
thought he
Why
was.
is he looking for Faerun Atlantis? This is weird.
Phalantus.
Now we have to find him. We have to find out if he did this on purpose.
I fucking I have a piece of my mind when I see him.
He's clearly
I
trying to
have
protect
so
us
many questions.
for some reason.
Alice is going to say, as you said that, Kate, she's going to be like, well, we know where you get your tendencies from.
Well,
Oh, my.
look, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree on at least 1 out of 5, I suppose.
Well, I mean, you two would know him best. I only know him from stories, and there's not a lot of stories because he didn't stick around for very long. So, I hardly know him at all.
Same here. He didn't stick around at all for my mum either.
Wow, we
Well,
have a
apparently
lot of
we know.
questions.
Well, apparently we know him a little better than we have known him for 2.5 months at least now.
But did he know us?
Time is ticking. He's here somewhere.
Well, let's.
Merrick, this is just look. You can't just. This is deep shit that's just happened here. You can't just run off and be a task driven. You've got to at least.
Reach into my pocket and grab a tissue and be like, use this on the way. Put all your emotions in here. And
Well, you
then
brought up in the.
when we
You were
get
brought up
there,
in. You tell you were brought up in the military. Look, you got to feel things as well, man.
I do feel things, and then we push them deep down. Deep down.
Hey,
So,
Merrick, have you heard of this service called 988? Is everything okay?
Plug it in. Plug it in. Inspiration point to you, Skylar.
Yes.
Oh man. And I will say for note taking, because it did dawn on me, I never mentioned the kingdom's name that was on the map. You could read Giant Coco. That was written in Giant. It was Seros. Seros is the lost undersea empire.
But Merrick, you've never answered my original question before things got completely crazy. Have you possibly seen him on the streets now that knowing what we know, we need to find him?
I'll do an insight memory check, see if I've seen him, but he would just look like him but younger though, right?
Yeah, essentially. Well, actually, no. Monty as he looks to you guys is as it's been described, and the picture does not look like an elderly version of the picture. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he wouldn't make that mistake.
If we show that picture to Robot Dude and go, so is this what Monty looked like originally?
Yes.
Let's do that.
Okay.
And you said yes.
Styleheimer said yes?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, I don't think we could come across any more evidence if we wanted to. I mean, like, this is...
Let's go to the
You wanna give
jeweler.
room to
Let's go to the
Duchess?
jeweler.
The Duchess knows where she...
Merrick, we got sisters.
It's fantastic. I understand we have sisters, and we've got lots of... but... And that's great. Big hug. Let's see if we can find out.
Oh, you're so unfucking caring, right? Let's go find the jeweler then. And I'll just put the jeweler thing out. Let's walk out.
Happy to meet you too, little brother.
You've dismissed my feelings. I'm just literally tantrum mode. Gone.
Who is the oldest here, by the way, just so we kind of know?
I'm the youngest.
Okay, I mean, I'm 25, so I don't know where that puts me at.
22.
I don't even know if I put an age down.
I don't even know if I put an age either.
Gosh, you guys.
Whatever works for the DM, I suppose.
Honestly, it's all very easy.
I look over. I look over at Admira and I go, I'm 25 as well.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, you only stayed a night.
Is your mom name Alfina?
No.
Okay. When were you born?
25 years ago.
Spring solstice.
Okay, I was born winter.
Is that Poppy the oldest?
Yeah, we'll just say spring. Yeah, Poppy, spring. Poppy. That's why I'm called Poppy.
Yep.
Yeah. That was what I was thinking, like the spring solstice.
Yeah, but that just means 9 months before that there were things happening, you see. And if you only spend... Look, from what I hear about Cade, look, I know I got his name before anyone says anything, but look, let's just say he went round week by week by week. If he's half as virulent as he obviously is by looking at the 5 of us here, he's probably sired half the halflings in flipping for a run at this point.
Oh my goodness, could we have more siblings out there?
Oh dear God.
Oh God.
Oh.
I turn around and I walk out or like climb back out. I'm like,
Yep, I'm following Poppy out. Can't think of that. Nope.
Merrick, let's go.
I'm walking like still hands on forehead, kind of like brain explosion as I'm walking.
As he's walking out, I go, so look, to be fair, he had good game. And I keep walking.
For a halfling, he got around very quickly, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well.
Well.
I'm happy that my pseudo family is no more, and now I have real family.
And as you say that, I'll kind of bump against her shoulder. Kind of nice to have sisters and brothers.
It is.
Weird.
It is. I'm so excited. Oh, now I would like to hear all about your moms. See what they're like.
Maybe another time. Let's go to the jeweler.
Well, I mean, not right now, but I mean, like, along the way.
I wonder if Dad had a type.
Huh.
Well, if it's anything like you.
And on that note, intermission. We'll take an intermission. That was a perfect line. We're going to take a little quick break. We're going to change our scenes and show up at the jewelers.
All right.
Probably a few tieflings out there. Just saying.
Come back at 20 after?
How much time do you guys need? Yeah. Let's do 20 after. I like 20 after.
Okay, cool. Make it even. All right, be right back.
Yeah.
Open road when you're 3 feet tall. Never thought we'd find a family at all. One roll of the dice, one twist of fate. Now we're side by side. Guess this was our fate. Oh, we bicker, we fight. We don't see eye to eye. But when trouble comes, we're always gonna try. Brothers and sisters who knew we would be a family of heroes. Just wait and see. Wait, are we related? We push, we pull, we stumble and fall. Sometimes it feels like we don't know each other at all. But when the chips are down and we make our stand, together we've got half a chance. Even when the road gets rough and life throws down the odds, we've got each other's backs through every trap and fraud. We push, we pull, we stumble and fall. Sometimes it feels like we don't know each other at all. But when the chips are down and we make our stand, together we've got half a chance. Hey, who ate all the rations? Not me, not me. Okay, maybe a little. They're creeping in the shadows, eyes like fire. Razor claws in the dark, they're coming higher. You feel the chill, you hear the hiss, but when you turn around, it's the end of bliss. Murder badger, it's a sneak attack. Murder badger, out for blood. Murder badger, it's on your face. Murder badger, it's a sneak attack. Murder badger, out for blood. Murder badger, it's on your face. Murder badger. No mercy, no time, you're on their list. Never rip and tear through the fog and mist. These monsters won't care if you run or scream. Once they got you, you're away from the dream. Murder badger, it's a sneak attack. Murder badger, out for blood. Murder badger, it's on your face. Murder badger, it's a sneak attack. Murder badger, out for blood. Murder badger, it's on your face. Murder badger. You thought you were safe, lock the door tight, but murder badgers, they own the night. You can try to hide, you can try to flee, but they'll find you no matter where you'll be.
locked up for a reason. But the world ran out of heroes. So now, you roll with what you got. Kicking down doors with a holy grin. Silver tongues and a dozen sins. Wrong side of justice, right side of fate. No time to ask, we're already late. We ain't your chosen, we ain't your knight, but we shine damn bright when the world ignites. And we roll for trouble, we play to win. Out of the sails and into the spin. We're taking chances, bending fate. The last bad call on heaven's slate. Roll for trouble, that's our cue. You want a miracle? We'll do. Hey. Knight lost his banner but swings just fine. Rogue's got charm and a five-step crime. Druids growling and warlocks curse. Clerics smiling, which is the worst. Call us mad, call us last, but we hit back hard and we hit back fast. We roll for trouble, we play to win. Out of the sails and into the spin. We're taking chances, bending fate. The last bad call on heaven's slate. Roll for trouble, that's our cue. You want a miracle? We'll do. Hey, hey. When the odds look bad, we raise the stakes. When the gods say no, we're the brakes. When the plan goes south, we smile wide. 'Cause no one rides like the ones denied. We roll for trouble, we play to win. Out of the sails and into the spin. We're taking chances, bending fate. The last bad call on heaven's slate. Roll for trouble, that's our cue. You want a miracle? We'll do. Hey. Dungeon born, maybe one or two, but fate don't ask where it found you. Roll for trouble.
Awakening in shadows deep. From endless night I rise and creep. A stolen soul, forever bound. In your heartbeat I am found. I slept through centuries alone, and dreams of blood upon a throne. But your foolish hands, they touched the key, and now your fate is bound to me. Through darkness I was once set free. Now I drag you into misery. I am the shadow in your sight, the curse that haunts the endless night. Your hero fell beneath my bite. In blood we dance till morning light. Your friend, your brother, now my own. A puppet on this cruel dark throne. The demon's hand, it pulls us all. I rise, I claim, I make you fall. From hell's deep pit, I stole his flame. Manuki gone, near the echoes of pain. I am the shadow in your sight, the curse that haunts the endless night. Your hero fell beneath my bite. In blood we dance till morning light. our shadows sing. A heart still beats within this thing. I am the weapon, I am the blade, but long ago I was betrayed. Now cursed to walk this endless fight, no dawn to break this eternal night. I am the shadow in your sight, the curse that holds the endless night. Your hero fell beneath my bite. In blood we dance till morning light. Come close, ye souls, both brave and brash, and hear the ghosts of the salt marsh mud. Fog rolls deep on the haunted tide. The salt marsh calls, no place to hide. A shipwreck looms, her sails like bone. The sea won't let her rest alone. Shadows dance round the lantern light, bones and gold in the dead of night. Raise the flag and sound the bell, ghosts of the salt marsh rise and swell. Storm and sea won't break our vow, we chase the past, we live for now. Whoa, whoa. A captain lost, his soul unchained. His whispers ride the wind and rain. They say his treasure still remains, buried deep beneath the waves. Shadows dance round the lantern light, bones and gold in the dead of night. Raise the flag and sound the bell, ghosts of the salt marsh rise and swell. Storm and sea won't break our vow, we chase the past, we live for now. Whoa, whoa. The tide it takes, the tide it gives, but none return, no soul forgives. Dead men tell no tales, they say, yet in the salt marsh they find a way. Raise the flag and sound the bell, ghosts of the salt marsh rise and swell. Storm and sea won't break our vow, we chase the past, we live for now. Whoa, whoa. Tide it takes, the tide it gives, but none return, no soul forgets. Dead men tell no tales, they say, yet in the salt marsh they find a way. Oh, oh.
Sail to the north, where the frost winds blow, where the giants roam and the icebergs grow, to face Charles Stronghold in his frozen keep, and steal back the ship while we put him to sleep. Heave ho, we bring her home, with Torvik's revenge on the icy foam. We broke the chains of frost and storm, and sailed her south where the winds are warm. The sea of moving ice was dark and wild, but we cut through the cold with a hero's guile. We fought the Jarl along his frozen throne, and now Torvik's revenge is our own. Heave ho, we bring her home, with Torvik's revenge on the icy foam. We broke the chains of frost and storm, storm and sailed her south where the winds are warm. With blades in hand and courage strong, we battled the frost that kept her long. Now Stronghold lies in icebound sleep while we sail the seas both wide and deep.
We're back.
Hello, welcome back to Stronghold D&D, where we are kicking ass, taking names, and role-playing our hearts out as we arrive to the jewelers. I'm trying to remember if I had set the name in
Azul.
previous episodes. Azul. I know that's his name. Yeah, the owner of the place is Azul, so I might just say Azul's Gems. But yeah, welcome everyone. If you're hanging out with us, thank you so much for staying through the intermission. It means a lot that you did not disappear in a world where I know attention spans are short and the curiosity of other things going on is exciting. But now we have a new map and new developments as the players all realize their characters are related by a father who is absent. And boy, even more shocking, they had all reconnected with him without knowing across the last 3 months of journeying with the immortal Montague. So, boy, howdy. So, welcome back, welcome back. Thanks for interacting with the stream. We still have a lot going on. 988 Suicide and Crisis Hot Lifeline. Please feel free to contribute if you can and will. If not, make sure at least to make a note of it. If it's there for you, at 24/7, truly. Um, at the very least, it feels good to talk it out. And if you are in a good place and have the energy, talk to your friends. You never know who's, under the glooming shadow of soul-crushing reality that sometimes persists through the void. But then you come back to the happiness of role-playing games. And that's what keeps me going. So with that said, thanks for being here. Immortal Monty, the premier sower of seeds. Yes. Amazing, Roomheart. Amazing. All right. You arrive on the beautiful street, hearing the latest gossip about how the city's guards had deftly stopped the incursion of clothing possessed unconscious people. Um, and had settled basically that potential zombie-esque outbreak of what kind of curse could befall this. Is it contagious? You have people whispering that they are going to um, only sew their own clothes from here on out, just in case they might buy cursed clothes. Gossips of such nature. But you stand in front of a beautiful building, as you can see, the inside, the blueprint, the outside exterior is a shop that looks like it had been renovated from a kind of fanciful house with multiple tiers built in, almost like loft style tiers, beautiful balconies on each side to be able to look out and over the bustling street, the bubbling fountain, the bubbler over there. And yeah, there's a nearby inn, horse-drawn carriages moving through the streets. Plenty of gossip to be had, but Azul's, gemstones and fine items. Yeah. There are guards on the streets, but they almost look like hired private security of the merchant district. And it looks like, whoever organizes that, it could be a guild, a union, or it could be each shop has their own protection. But as far as you can tell, it looks like they're all wearing kind of a similar kind of uniform of medium or light armors. And instead of like typical town guard halberds and reach weapons and things like that, they're very much with crossbows, swords, maces, kind of a brute squad kind of look to them. And yeah, so who's the first to enter? Or do you guys want to stay out here and deliberate and talk? Roleplay on, my friends. It's all you.
I do have a question. Is there any insignia on their armor or anything else that we can see that kind of has like a symbol?
Yeah, good question. The symbol is um, a mace breaking a shield.
Is
And
that
we wouldn't
similar?
have.
Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead. No,
Was
no,
that
go
similar
ahead.
to what was on the Duchess's?
No,
Okay.
good question.
Mm.
Who's
Well,
got
do we
who's got
remember
the invoice?
receipts? Yeah, I can't. I was just fixing to ask that question. I thought I did, but I wasn't sure.
Kate
Here
has
we
it.
go. It was
Oh,
shiny.
okay. I'll grab them. And I guess I'll walk into the jewelers and give them the receipts and say Monty sent us to grab these.
Yeah, you walk in, the ding of a bell. Everything seems to be a happy medium between a small size and a medium size, kind of. So like tall, no, medium-sized figures wouldn't have to loom or bend too low to access the tables and wares. Inside, you see a beautiful metallic construct similar to the one Monty has in the right entryway that you guys are like exactly to your right. There's kind of this tall thing, and it looks to be kind of looks like a guardian construct, a bit more combat than anything kind of service model, but it doesn't have like blades or spikes. It has maybe like arms that can extend to like shield barricade and act as riot control or kind of defense measures. Very obviously designed to intimidate but not threaten, if that makes sense. Like not to make people who are walking into shop feel uncomfortable, but if someone has ill intentions, take a deterring element of psychology there. And a blue gnome, Azul, true to his name, a sparkling blue across his skin, I might say. Shining in the many different magical torches that don't seem to flicker. They hold a strong light, almost designed to complement the different gems that are placed in cases, jewelry pieces, necklaces, all manner assortment on beautiful shelves and displays, very possibly enchanted glass cases. Uh, and then further up, you can see kind of more of his equipment room in the back, or maybe more of where the crafting, adjusting, where the pieces there are. But even in the lofted, because it's a tiered room, in the back, as the stairs go up, you can see an assortment of um, armor and weapons and supplies, almost kind of separate. They're not like on show or display, but they are there, looking quite nice. Like not, this isn't like your typical barracks kind of garrison supplies. These are like almost like close to heirloom pieces or you know upper class filigreed kind of ceremonial stuff.
Mm.
Uh,
Uh,
ooh, great name, Baubles of Blue. Anyway, yeah.
um, so I'll walk up to Azul and
Welcome,
I will.
welcome. Oh my goodness, you are a striking, fit figure. You must tell me, what potions are you imbibing to have such a striking radiance about you?
Oh, uh, no potions. This is all natural.
Oh,
Wait, like,
natural.
thank you.
Oh, my goodness. Not every day I feel like I am the buyer of good company instead of selling it. Goodness gracious. Welcome, welcome. I'm Azul. How can I help?
Yes. So we have these receipts, and I lay them on the bar or table or desk or whatever, and I like lay them out flat so you can see what they are. And I say we are here to pick up these orders for us.
Oh, yes. What was the name? I don't have my glasses on. I left it somewhere. It's always the case.
Um, Monty or Sir
No,
Montague put these
Grand
orders
Samuel
in.
Timian.
I don't
Oh,
have any
sorry.
from Monty, but I did hear something about some performers. And oh, you must be performers. Um,
Yes, yes, we're
oh,
we're the performers.
of course. Yes, well, I don't have anything for Monty, but what was the name?
Grand
Grand.
Thamiel Timian.
Ah, yes. Grand Thamiel Timian. What a delight. What a delight. Yes, absolutely. Commissioned 5 custom pieces to be picked up. Um, let's see. Let's see. When he pulls out a crescent-shaped bronze pin etched with a laughing emerald eye, worn. It looks like not like worn in terms of like poor quality, um, but intentionally almost worn in the same way that one would oxidize silver to give it more of a textured look, like a brush strokes against steel kind of thing. The eye's expression subtly shifts as you look at it to almost like a smiling eye, a winking eye, a curious eye. Um, and it says, with that, he let me check. It has a note there's a note with each of these gifts. This one is for, looks like Cade is the name.
I'll walk
Kate,
over.
Kate,
So are they all the same?
No,
They
this
all
is
look.
the
They all
first.
look. They all.
These are each different. This is the first. It's a brooch with some minor enchantments on it. Um, but
Well,
yes,
um, I'll hold it and sort of look and sort of. Suppose it matches this outfit pretty well.
yeah, I'd say not knowing you, but getting the commission, he made certain descriptions of your appearance and style that I had tailored to the enchanted jewelry. Um,
Could you tell me more about this before, just so we
uh,
know what it does?
yes, defensive magic shields you from some danger or harm. Specifically, it's called a brooch of shielding.
Oh, that sounds mighty useful.
Resistance
How?
to essentially a great deal of magical harm. He described you as someone who, if anyone of his people he cared for, you would be most likely in magical harm.
As you say, I do the typical teenager. Yeah, cared about us. Yeah.
And here's the note. He kind of says, kind of ignoring the awkward, like grumblings, as I'm just not my business. All right. Do you want to read the note now or
No,
later?
yeah, I'll read the note.
It says, to Cade, for when the crowd turns cruel or the world spits fire instead of roaring applause. He always said you could take a hit, but it was never your job to. I know I wasn't there, but hopefully this gift as a father to a son will help soften the blow. There weren't many nights I was able to watch over you and your brother, but just know there was occasional few times on your adventures where I was able to look after and over you, make sure that a blade or drawn bow couldn't quite find you on those dark days of terrifying combat. It wasn't that you were too slow to duck, just a father's prerogative to be there just in case. I never told you this. I'm looking forward to breaking this ice, but I loved listening to you play your music. And you'd make a hell of a storyteller. I think you get everything from your mother. She sparkled in every room she entered. Hopefully, you're reading this and I'm standing right in front of you with a smile, hoping for forgiveness.
I'm sort of looking at it and just going. I just fold it up and just put it in the pocket.
All right, the next commission here, if that's all right. You can see a nice jeweled ring here. A ring that, let's see, is meant for Admira. It is a palladium band with a low light sparkling ring of protection.
I'll push Edmira in her back. I'll be like, I'm like,
Yeah, I'll kind of like like stumble forward, and um I'll take the like the ring, my hand shaking, and ask him. You said there was a note that with this.
Oh yes, yes. This is written by Mr. Timian, Grand Timian, uh, here for you.
Okay. I'll take the note and I'll kind of open it with shaking hands, and I'll read it.
Dear Admira, I'm embarrassed to say that you'll be finding out a lot about me in this moment. This gift is an admission of my love for your mother, endless as it is, only exceeded by my love for you. I have a hard time writing this, thinking you'll be bitter, angry, displeased to even see my face. But I didn't want to live in the shadows any longer. Seeing you hit your mark, being able to be proud of you, cheer you on, see the applause of a world acknowledging that you are special, it wasn't enough. I wanted you to know that your father thinks you're special too. I wanted to give you a little piece of protection because, let's be honest, there's nothing you aim at that you can't hit. There's no target in the world just out of your reach and range. But in case someone decides in this world that they are threatened by your talent, hopefully this ring has a chance of deflecting that ire, turning bad energies or harm away from you. It's just a little nudge, just a father making sure that you have a peace of mind and making sure that your next amazing trick shot lands without a fear for the world around you. Your father, Monty.
Um, she is definitely no. She is like doing the
My hand didn't touch her mouth. I
everything,
just kind of rub her.
because everything that she's experienced is a complete contrast to the note. So she's confused, she's, a little bit happy, she's sad, she's got so many emotions going on, but she kind of like tucks it up against like her chest, and she's like holding it. She kind of like walks off to the side, so it can be the next person.
Oh, I didn't know I'd be giving you guys such emotional gifts. Are you all right? I have tissues
I'm,
here.
I'm fine.
All right. Ever drying tissues for sale. Only 4 copper pieces.
As
Um,
Admira says, she wants to show he's not worth shedding a tear over.
I don't really know what these tears are. I don't know if they're angry tears. I don't know if they're sad tears. They're definitely confused tears, but I've only heard these words from my mom before, and hearing them from somebody else, knowing that he was there watching when I thought he was never around in my life. It makes me angry. It makes me sad, but all in all, it makes me very confused about what I should do going forward.
oh, the next one is for Calcis.
What was the name of that ring?
Oh, that was a ring
Ring
of
of
protection.
protection.
Okay.
That's me. And I'd step forward.
This is a enchanted crimson silk cord pendant, and known for its magic as a periaptive wound closure. It is a
That'll come in
braided
handy.
necklace of crimson spider silk with a single obsidian bead. Pulses faintly with warmth. Do you read the
I
note?
kind of hold it in my hand and just glance at it. And a note, you said?
Yes. He slides it over, sealed. The what it's like the others, so the wax seal of the immortal Monty's signet ring.
I take a breath and then open it up and read.
Dear Calcis, I I hope you forgive me for not being there. As your father, it was hard for me to see you bleed more than anyone ever saw, behind or in front of the curtains, standing as a protector between acts after acts, staying late by the fire long after many fell asleep. And you kept smiling. I know I spent some time helping you with some stitches after a unsavory brawl, trying not to let my hands shake with anger at those who harmed you as my daughter, and more anger at myself for not being able to stop the world from being raucous. But you are no fragile egg. But more than anything, I still should have showed you who I really was, believing in the strength of you and our bond. But I leave this. I hope it's I hope it's able to sew some of the wounds I couldn't of a father not being there. But I will be there. I have much to take care of, but I will be there. Your father, Monty.
She kind of sighs. I wonder what you had to take care of. And I'll step back.
All right. Next, Poppy. Yes, is that correct? Do I have that right?
Yes, that's me, Poppy.
Wonderful. A pair of uh, opal-studded not hoop, opal-studded earrings. Um, they are one of my finer enchantments, normally known as missile snaring enchantments, allowing your hands to be able to catch anything thrown at you at a pinch. Knife, arrow. Um, there's it was just something that Grand Timian said was very important to turn into jewelry instead of gloves. And here's the note.
I'll grab it. And I'll go. What do you have to say to me? And I'll
Dear Pop,
open it. I'll just
yeah,
open it quickly.
Dear Poppy, you always seem to have a painted grin on your face, always smiling, facing the crowd, never away, always facing danger, never away, never allowing anyone to be alone, never turning away. You didn't get that from me, your father, a man who turned away, but I never turned my cloak. I wore the colors of my love for your mother and you, wherever I went. I I couldn't call out, couldn't reach out, but bonding as a ringleader, enjoying the love you put in your cooking, your baking, your love of sharing. I treasured every moment, every bite. Your joy sustained me. Every bun you threw, I would never drop. I'd catch them all. I swear to you, I'll never drop anything of yours again. I hope you understand what I mean by that. I've tried to say it so many times besides the fire. At the dinner table, my smile was the one painted on. Yours, always authentic. I hope you can forgive me. Your father, Monty.
That's all I just. if you can hear that.
Yep. Let's see. And last, let's see here. Yes. The Starfall studded bracelet. Midnight blue studded bracelet inlaid with silver thread that sparkles like the sea of falling stars. He says this one is for, let's see, Merrick.
Merrick will step forward, take a look at it.
Enchantment is that of a, let's see. I want to make sure my notes aren't messed up. Got the brooch, parry out, gloves.
Please hold.
Please hold. Oh yeah, it is the same as a cloak of protection. And the note, should you read it, let me know.
Everybody else is reading theirs. Merrick just grabs it and puts it in his pocket. Azul. No mind, we've got some questions.
Yes, of course. Do you enjoy the craftsmanship? Are you all pleased with the commissions?
We'll see how they work. We're very appreciative, I suppose.
Good. All right.
You don't mind me asking. 2 nights ago, I guess it was 2 nights ago, when I saw him in the street, you were handing off a box full of spell components.
No. I don't do business outside of my office, I assure you.
But I saw him.
You did.
Well, if this box ties you to the murder of several people.
Oh, wait, this is a murder investigation. My good, why didn't you lead with this? I didn't know I was speaking on behalf of.
Until you lied to me and my family.
I've spoken no lies. I assure you. Who are you with again? I want to make sure that I am under my proper legal protections.
We're here on behalf of the Duchess.
The Duchess, Duchess Elruska.
We.
Did you finish that sentence?
I just look at Merrick. I go, when did you become French?
It's very Southern Faerunian.
Are you going to surrender to me?
And that wasn't from the Englishman.
Yeah.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
In any case, anyway, I don't know anything about the French, but I know. So, I suppose, am I being, detained, or what is the nature of this situation? I obviously want to show that I'm willing to help it, by the nature of goodwill and good favor, to bring justice to any crime, especially death. But I also don't want to incriminate myself accidentally with the wrong nature of misunderstood facts of where I was.
That's good. Well, what did you have to do with Dross? Does that name ring a bell?
It does not. I'm sorry. I see many people. But
I'll describe the moment where he was down the street and opened up the box and showed it. To be like, that guy.
Cade's watching this, and he's going to do his very insightful thing that he always does, and just looks and tries to. He feels that he can always tell when people are lying.
Mhm.
And he got 4.
Nice.
Boy, yeah, this man is telling the hard-earned truth here. As he
Uh,
says, I, I did make that box. I sold it. I, I don't deal outside of my place of business. I find it quite unprofessional, uncouth. Uh, Perhaps this box was stolen by another gnome, by from the original buyer.
Yeah, I believe
Uh,
everything he's saying. He sounds pretty trustworthy, guys. Come on.
well, who
I'll
was
try to
the
do an
original buyer?
I'll try. Yeah.
oh, that is that is private information. As much as I do and enjoy all your company and the feeling of being,
If we
interrogated, I
need to
do
bring the
have.
Duchess, if we need to bring the Duchess down here with us, we will.
Well,
It'll tie you to spell components that were used to conjure a very deadly spell.
Oh God.
well, think of it this way too. If someone took a box that you sold to someone,
Mhm, mhm.
and then your image was used to hand off that box because you were seen, whether it was you or not, that puts you, your store, your reputation in a bad light. We're trying to figure out who that was.
I I want to do this the right way, but if this is a big deal, the murder investigation, I'd prefer to have my lawyer present.
Ah, I'll point at Cade. There's your
Okay.
lawyer. And then
As
I'll
he
pull
does that,
out my knife. I'll just like, and here's the judge.
I'm not very good. I'm not very good at insight, but I'm extremely good at one that's called intimidation.
Well,
So,
I'm going to stop both of you as the diplomat, as the actual dip. I'm like, boys, put it away, and I'll turn back
I'm
to
like,
Azul. Like, there's no need. There's no need for lawyers or anything like that. We're just trying to figure out what has happened here.
Of
And
course, and I am being threatened. And at that point, and Shield Guardian marches into the room, and I'll need you all to roll initiatives. Take care
Ah,
of the trash now.
Muttering under her breath, this is what brothers are for? Questioning.
yeah.
You should have started with the kind words and sense. Now you'll have to be dealt with as
wait a second, we don't have any
clearly.
weapons.
That guy pulled out a knife and said that would be the judge. So let me show you my knife, as he points to the big metal robot.
Wait,
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 wait.
wait, where
So
did you get a
wait.
knife?
I've
So Mira throws up her hands. Wait. We can talk about this. Don't listen to him. He's crazy. Um, and I kind of say we all just need to calm down, take deep breaths. We're just here to find out information. You unfortunately found yourself in the middle of it. We're so sorry. We know you're telling the truth, but now someone is out there impersonating you. Don't you want to find out what's going on as well? We could help you. We have the Duchess's backing.
Do a persuasion check. You have advantage from Mo, who's given the next PC roll to be at advantage. If this fails, we go through initiatives. If it passes, you will have a chance at some sense of further talking. But his blood is boiling at being threatened in his own establishment.
Okay, so much pressure. Okay, um, that's a 9.
With advantage?
Oh, with advantage. I completely missed the advantage. Okay.
Yeah. Mo, thank you for the
Yes.
advantage.
Yes, a 9 with advantage.
Oh no.
As she says that, I immediately cast Calm Emotions.
Oh. Is that a touch spell?
It is a no, it is a area of effect within 20 feet.
Area effect. Okay.
So everybody within 20 feet needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Are we doing PvP then?
No,
Okay.
no, it's just a.
Oh, okay.
So
He's
Yeah, I'm
hitting,
not
he's hitting
rolling
with the
that.
sedative.
Yeah.
yeah. So if you, well, let's see. Each
Where's
humanoid,
the DC?
it's a 13 Charisma.
13. Okay. All right. And if they pass, what happens?
I choose or be affected by one of the following effects I get to choose for each creature. So I can either choose that they have immunity to the charmed and frightened conditions until a spell ends, or the creature becomes indifferent about creatures of your choice that it's hostile towards. The indifference ends if it takes damage or witnesses its allies taking damage. When the spell ends, the creature returns to normal.
All right, we'll start with you guys. Who passed or failed?
I'm at a 14.
Wait a minute, he's gonna be allowed to cast this spell on us?
Unless you stop him.
14.
45.
All right.
Sorry, was that a wisdom saving throw?
Charisma.
Wisdom. Oh, charisma. Sorry. Never mind.
Oh, charisma. 23.
Cool.
15.
So you pass.
Annie, what you got?
14.
14.
Pass.
Oh, all right. All passes. So,
Including Azul and the
Azul?
guard.
Azul passes, and the construct is immune.
Oh, it's a construct.
Yeah, if you zoom out, you'll be able to see the shield guardian is like a more weaponized, described as a more weaponized construct of Monty's Scheinheimer, with shields on its arms to be able to make a bulldozer kind of blade if put together.
Gotcha. I like, well.
And that is going to be like at the stairs. And we'll roll initiatives. All right. All right, you got 20 or higher. 15 or higher.
I got 17.
17. All right.
16. I put it in Discord.
Oh, thank you so much. Or
Or
Discord?
on Twitch, sorry.
18.
Oh, 18 for you. Nice.
24.
24.
Tim
Oh,
got-
my God. Damn, dude. All right. Well,
13
and,
for me.
yeah, you guys are right. You guys are all in a line. That's amazing. What's your dex modifier, Poppy?
It's -1.
Okay. All right. All right. This is a tense moment where a spell has been cast on all of you from Poppy. Azul is now even more enraged at having someone cast a spell at him, and he says, we are far past the point of settling this words, especially when those words are magical incantations. Prepare yourselves to be bludgeoned. I will spare you and make sure that whatever pulp is left of you will be turned in to the guards. No doubt, Lady Zaruska's reputation will be reflected by this day. And Tim.
All right, I'll take a steady aim.
Mhm.
But I can't move, so I'll probably get punched. I'll take
That is the
steady
risk.
aim. What's that?
That is the risk. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Which would give me sneak attack if I hit.
Nice. Yep.
That's a 21 to hit.
Hit.
All right. And then I'm going to use. That's my light crossbow. That's 7.
Getting intense.
I couldn't have rolled I'm like a 3, a 2, a 1. My dice are just so trash for the past 2 weeks. It's just killing me.
Poppy,
So
could we go to the fight? The fight.
Oh, yeah. Crap, I forgot. Yeah.
11. 11 piercing.
11 piercing. All right. Yeah, it takes the full 11. It's not resistant. Okay. Do any other let's see, the bonus action can't move, so I think that's your turn, is that
Yep,
correct?
that's it.
Okay. Admira, you are next.
Um. Hmm. I would like to turn to Azul and cast Charm Person.
Ooh, okay. Um that
And
is
it's
a
a
wisdom
Wisdom
saving
saving
throw.
throw. Mm-hmm.
And is there still the in the new edition? Is there still the advantage if the hostile if they're the hostile like there's a hostile situation for the recipient of the roll?
Um.
Because in the
Let's
old
see.
rules, if you were hostile, they'd have advantage.
Yeah, it does so with advantage if you or your allies are fighting against it. But none of us are fighting against it. We're fighting against the. Are we?
Uh, I mean, a spell was cast on him, which against his consent and will to influence him. So I think he's safely under the belief that this is hostilities. Absolutely, and
Okay.
he was threatened as well on top of it, so he will have advantage. What is the DC?
12.
Well, he he just beats it as you try and tell him some sort of coercive uh, enchantment over his mind, and his eyes kind of flare up with as he rolls up his sleeves and his hands crackle with magic of his own. I am not so weak-minded. I have lived 224 years. I have dealt with Drow the Underdark. I have survived long enough to live a peaceful life here, and I will not be controlled ever again.
Okay. Um. As I do that, or as he says that, I turn toward the machine and I cast Hunter's bonus action.
Nice. All right. Cade.
Hearing the arrogant blue smurf that is having a go at the party now and so that, I turn to him and go, well, we aren't drow, we're halflings. Much more dangerous.
Much more dangerous.
And at that point,
Yeah.
I cast Witch Bolt on him.
Ooh, nice.
On the gnome. Okay. Yeah.
And
Get him.
if only a 19 was a critical, it's not. So 19, so 19 plus, so 26 to hit.
26. He reactively tries to shield. Tries being the imperative word as your blast goes right through the shield and hits him.
Okay, I'm doing some damage. So 25 lightning damage on him.
Oh my
Holy
goodness.
You see
crap.
half of that damage crackles into the shield guardian as it is sharing a mechanic to protect
Okay.
its owner.
And at
So-
that point, you see the Witch Bolt hit him and start to glow. And what I'll do is every bonus action now, from now on, I can actually do an extra 1d12 damage to him constantly.
Boom. Damn, some force powers. This Sith energy, Sith style. All right.
And I got 2 secs. Spells. I've got to check one little thing. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. That's me done.
Okay. Yeah, that hurt. That's stun. All right, Annie.
I am going to look to the construct and push.
Okay.
Once per turn, I can hit a creature with an unarmed strike and deal damage to the target and push it 5 feet away. I want it away from my family.
Okay, so go roll to hit first.
Okay. Do I add anything to a push?
I mean,
Unarmed
I
strike
don't.
is plus 5. Would that count?
I think just to roll to hit first, and
Roll to
then the
hit,
effect of push
17?
happens. A 17 is a hit. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, rolling that. That is an 18 plus 5 for unarmed strike. So 23?
What was the 17?
17
there's a
was you said if
17.
I would hit him. and it's an unarmed strike, do I add the +5 for the unarmed strike?
Yes. But then you said 18 after that.
Yeah, I rolled separate. I thought it was 2 separate rolls.
No, just one roll.
Oh, one roll. Okay.
One is it's the attack roll and then the effect of the attack roll, as
Okay.
I understand your character sheet here.
Yeah.
Okay, so your 17 was a hit. You hit, you do damage, and then it'll be pushed back. How many feet?
Hold on, let me go back to it.
I think you said 5.
Yep, I think it's 5 feet.
5
Yep,
feet,
5
okay.
feet.
Okay, and let me know the damage. Snoring cat in the background.
I love it.
Old
Hey,
cat-
Wilson. Thanks for the follow.
Okay, so that is 13 plus 5, 18 damage.
18 damage? What? Wait, what?
Wait.
On an
Let me
unarmed
roll in
strike?
damage on this because it doesn't say a dice.
What?
What's the
Unarmed
nut?
strike.
No, you should if you look at your actions, you
Uh-huh.
should see unarmed strike with
Yep.
the hit DC, and then there should just be a number next to it.
Should be
Oh,
like a
hit
D4. Oh, wait,
no.
yeah, it's just like a
Oh,
2.
damage is 4. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just a straight damage.
Yep.
Okay, so 4.
Okay.
Okay, and then is there a DC for the push? Is that what it says on it? A DC, or is there just a push as a?
It just says a push. Damage 4. Unarmed strike
Damage
damage 4 is a crit. Is what it says on here.
All right, and Skylar, do you have access to seeing that as well?
I was just trying. Let's see. Push.
What subclass are you?
Halfling fighter. Where is my subclass?
Because I'm trying to figure out if this is like the push action, and now that is addition, like it's a new additional thing.
If you hit a creature, you can push the creature up to 10 feet straight away. So you have to hit him with a weapon. If
Oh, so
doesn't
you just
say that
you
on
rolled a
here.
hit, so you did hit. So why don't you just do weapon damage then? So you get more damage. This is something that'll benefit you immensely because 4 damage might not be enough. But
Okay. So I'm just hitting with one of the weapons I have on my hand.
yeah, what weapons do you have?
I've got my short sword, I have a javelin, and I have a flail.
Perfect. Oh yeah, whichever one of those you want.
I will go ahead with a short sword, so that would be 1d6 plus.
Perfect. We'll do that instead of the 4.
All right.
Yeah,
That was a
and
5
then
on
it's
the
pushed.
dice. Plus 3 would be 8.
yeah, and then it's
Okay.
pushed. It's just
And
it's
then
an
it's pushed.
yeah. There's no save, or if as long as it hits, it happens.
Hell yeah. Okay, so with that in mind, it's pushed 5 feet or 10. What was it? 10 feet?
Up to 10.
Up to 10. So 10 feet push as you scoot it back. Nice. Very good. Good hit. Okay. Nice. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Bonus action, I will pull my dagger out and I then have 2 hands on weapons.
Okay. Do. All right. Okay. It is now the Shield Guardian's turn. As and it looks like you're kind of holding the doorway. Is that your character in
Yep,
the doorway?
Yep.
All right. It is going to kind of stomp towards you, loom over you, and strike with its like bulldozer fist. Does a 14 hit?
Does not.
Okay, as it manages to swing over your right shoulder as you lean out of the way, and its second attack, it's a 23.
That hits.
All right, that is going to be 12 bludgeoning damage.
Flesh wound. It's a flesh wound.
And then it makes a
That's making
solid
worse.
connect as it does kind of a underhand, low halfling like undercut. It's not really an uppercut. And that is its turn. Azul will lock eyes with Cade as he's realizing, his body's crackling with energy. He is a spellcaster as well. Let's see.
Holy crap, Wilson! Thank you
He's
for the $75.
oh,
Holy
Wow.
cow!
damn, dude. Thank
You're
you.
awesome.
Oh my god, that's
Big,
amazing.
big, huge heart for you there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. He's kind of backing. He's kind of backing up, looking kind of nervously at how many there are of you, but hopeful that he can take you down. Cade, he's firing. I think Scorching Ray is going to be his choice. Let's make sure I have the most updated version, because I always hate accidentally pulling up old version. Okay, so 3 fiery rays. First one coming in here, not 20. Uh,
Oh.
Oh no!
oh no. All right,
Can I
well,
use my inspiration to get him to re-roll that?
I don't think that's how inspiration is used.
Darn it!
Yeah, here. So, um, all right, that's gonna be a 14 fire damage,
Ouch.
and you're gonna have to do a con saving throw, I think, or no?
Yeah, I got to deal with that now. 2 seconds. I'll do some damage in a minute. 2 seconds. 12, 14 damage. And yeah, I passed my concentration.
All right, let's see if he hits you with the second one. Uh, what is your AC?
14.
Yeah, that's a hit. That is going to be 7 fire damage.
Yep, still alive. I got to do another Constitution saving throw. Yep.
Last shot is a miss as it goes wide over your shoulder and kind of hitting a shelf behind you, blasting apart, some a Fabergé egg, as he is just like hitting you twice, and the not the recoil per much, but the impact of being hit causes you to just move slightly, as the third shot would have been on target, but you kind of spin a little bit from the hits and open up a lane of fire that ignites the air, super heated next to your cheek, almost getting hit again. And that is Poppy's turn here.
Seeing Cade get blasted, like, oh boy, I gotta get to something, and I conjure a bun of peace, a hot steamy bun, and so I can move without provoking an opportunity attack, because I assume I'm probably within melee of the dude.
Which character are you? What color? Like
the
hair?
the white one right next to Calcis.
Right behind me.
Yeah, you definitely can assume that this thing has got long arms.
Yeah,
Good
so
range.
I can move up to my speed without provoking an opportunity attack.
That is epic.
And I'm going to run by Cade and shove a bun of peace in his mouth, and he gets 12 healing off of that.
Oh, nice. That's amazing.
And
Nice.
I don't know how far it is from where I'm at to the back where the armor is.
Mhm.
If it's so, I can move up to 30 feet, and then
Yeah, you can move essentially to the armor. Yeah.
yeah. So basically, so that's 30 feet for that, plus my actual movement gets me
Okay.
to the back of the room. I'm finding a shield and putting it on.
All right. Nice.
Thanks,
Is
Seth.
is the shield equipping a shield? That's just now a draw. That's like the use object now. It's not like an action. Like
Well, I'm gonna find a shield first, and if I can get behind it or whatever, I just need to.
It's a +1 shield, so you have +3 to your AC. Holding on to that.
Hell yeah, because I don't have any armor on. I'm just wearing a dress.
I'm wearing a dress and I got a shining, filigree enchanted shield. Epic. All right. Very good. Tim. Sneak attack Tim.
Because this got out of hand, I thought this individual was definitely who I was, but I was caught in the DM ruse of this isn't the dude that bombed somebody. It was a doppelganger. I'm going to rip open message and the spell and try to cast to get the Duchess to come down.
Okay, what do you say?
Well, I'll be like, Your Grace, we're in Azul's jewelry shop. We were questioning Azul because I saw him deliver the components that cast the spell, and he sicked this construct on us. As my questioning got a little aggressive. Hurry up!
Uh,
I turn back and yell, "A little!"
Seriously.
um,
And I'm gonna
With-
look at
with-
you guys and be like, he delivered the components that blew up that place and killed people. He is not a good person.
Someone who looked like him.
So everybody's a
There
doppelganger.
is a
now.
doppelganger. There is a
I got it.
doppelganger.
Male
with-
aggression tracking.
does sending, if a response, will he be able to hear it? Is
Yeah,
it like in your head or is it out loud?
I can whisper it, and it's whispered to.
I mean, the
vessel.
receiving, when she responds with sending.
She whispers
is-
it back. She
is
can
whispers-
she can answer back. Yeah.
She said, tell him a formal apology will be delivered if he ceases the hostilities, and I will personally explain the situation and give him an invitation to the masquerade ball personally.
All right. Is I gotta wait for the next round, or do you want me to spit that out?
We'll have you spit that out with a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Yes.
No action economy needed, but
13.
13. Okay, he pauses for a moment as you kind of say that. I'm getting an invite to the masquerade ball, you say, and she will personally deliver it with an apology.
Sure. Yes, that's what she said.
And very well. We'll all settle this through the grace of the Duchess, as you will all evacuate yourselves from here
I poop.
peaceably, and I'll deal with her in representation of you all. And she will settle the damages, even though it was my spell.
I'll keep the spell on him as long as I possibly can, not to cause damage. Just so he, and then just as about to, I go, fine.
All right. Right.
And how do you know you're going to the? How do I know that you're going to the ball?
Everyone
You're
gets
not
the
gonna
ball, darling.
Anyone gets an invite to the ball. It's a big deal. So, Dozer, you can let them pass. As it just kind of powers down, moves to the side, and it lets its long metallic bladed arm, like a shovel arm, guide you to the door.
I'm side-eyeing Dozer as I walk past him.
Oh, same. I definitely give him excuse my French, like eat shit look on my face when I pass him.
I look at his knees as I walk past. I just keep going.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And as soon as I go out the door, I'm grabbing one of my healing potions and popping it.
All right.
And I go. Amira will go over to Calcis and kind of like are you okay? I saw that hit. It was not pretty.
I've been hit harder, but it still sucks. I'll be okay.
Well, that's good to hear. I don't want to lose anybody when I just guys.
And I'll just kind of chuckle and go, not going anywhere. I just got family. What the heck, man?
I'll turn back and just yell, Cade, you good?
Yeah, I'm fine. As you actually walk out, I am not injured in the slightest.
Well, that's good.
Well, yeah, because I gave you a bun of peace.
Exactly. But yeah, I had false hit points on top of that as well. So
Nice.
I did
Sorry
take
about the 10 points.
I did take a reasonable amount of damage, but I was 9 under my maximum, and you put that right back at the top. So I look like I'm absolutely fine. And then as I go
Scorched
out,
clothing.
I top up my 10 hit points and leave them back on 10 hit points, just to make sure.
Awesome. That's such a cool ability. I love that. All right.
I'm just walking out with the shield.
Oh, oh yeah.
I'm straight
Go
up walking
ahead.
out with the shield.
Do a like a sleight of hand.
Oh, there's no sleight of hand. There's no sleight of hand. I'm
You're
just
taking it.
like, I have no armor. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen as I walk out of here, and I'm just like walking out with it.
The construct is going to reach for it then if it's just an obvious thing.
The Duchess will pay for that.
Oh, all right. Do a persuasion check, and
Oh.
with advantage because he wants to sell it. He does. He wants to make sure it is sold, and he will happily tack it on to the Duchess.
Oh, a 16.
He says,
When you said that, I'm mumbling.
on the
Dang,
on
I could've
the
done
Duchess's tab.
There you go, Poppy. Now you have a shield.
Yeah, I do. I got more than I had before, which was nothing.
Amazing. Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm just leaving with it. Not even trying to hide it. I'm taking it with me. All right.
I'm sure
That's
it's
just-
bigger. I'm sure it's bigger than I am. So you just see this.
It's like a tower shield.
Yeah, it's like you just see the shield walking out of the.
With like pigtails, you see like peeking on either side.
Yeah,
and
your
then, like,
hair
swaying.
bouncing up. Yeah. Oh my god, it's so funny. All right, well, yeah, wind down here with the Duchess carriage wheeling to a grinding, audible squeal of the tires, trying to come to a full halt. Horses panting from the urging of a rider who looks like he's got his blood up, his adrenaline up as he, or not a rider, the coachman. As guards hop off the carriage, it's to kind of securing the perimeter here, looking around, and then she will step out as the carriage door is opened by her driver, and looking at each of you with a measured, almost twitching eye.
Your Grace, I'm so sorry you had to come down for a situation like this. We did our best to try to handle it ourselves, but things definitely got out of hand.
We're not your investigators, so I'm not sure.
No,
where
but you're an instigator.
Yeah.
You started this.
We're not investigators, but you are an instigator.
You cast a spell on me. One.
I
We
didn't
walk
cast
into
a
a house.
I didn't cast a
This
spell
turns into a
on
magnificent
you.
mansion. Our father is a dude we've been hanging out with forever. I hunted this dude down and found him, watched him pass spell components that blew up a building that didn't exist. We're talking like, what is going on here? Like, is the Duchess the Duchess? Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm my father. What is this so crazy? I'm just gonna walk off.
That just looks at all of you going,
As you do that, I go, my name's not Luke.
what? That looks and says, I'm going to speak with
Come
you.
on.
I'm going to try and reconcile this situation. Or she has an accent. I'm going to try and reconcile this situation. I am going to have you all stay here so I can come back and we can navigate this investigation and understand a little bit more of what's going on. I think it is right that we might not be able to trust just anyone, as your handsome halfling friend has pointed out. There is great suspicions, but I speak to Azul and make sure he knows he is not threatened by people representing my interests. Just let me take care of this. The Duchess has great influence, great prestige. I'll be right back. And she will.
I go and find Merrick.
Okay. Um, and the guards, kind of two guards, will walk in with her. And meanwhile, Merrick, Kate, you catch up to Merrick while the rest of you are waiting by the carriage.
I go, Merrick, oi, Merrick, get here. We're not allowed to go anywhere. We've got to stay here for a bit, but it's all fucking weird what's happening here. And it's just like batshit craziness going on.
Agreed.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we were our own fathers at this point. It could literally be anything happening.
Why don't you? There's a window like above our head, and like, why don't you hop up there and listen to what the hell they're talking about? Get up on my shoulders.
Ooh,
I'm working here.
nice. That's so
Yeah.
clever.
As you do that, as I look that way, I sort of go.
All right,
We need to.
acrobatics or athletics? Your
Where's
choice.
We need to have a chat about this after. Though.
Where's the trench coat when you need it?
3 halflings in a trench coat.
Athletics. Athletics of 17.
And you have advantage because he's giving you the help if you need it.
Okay, hang on. 17.
Okay. He gives you a boost. You pull yourself up, open kind of like I said, that balcony. But from viewing, it's a crack to open the door, and you can hear Zelruska say, "Here is a formal invitation to the yearly masquerade ball. I apologize for not inviting you any of the prior years, Master Azul. It has come to my attention you are a pillar of the community, and your work is the finest in the Northern Kingdom. All the kingdom. All the kingdom. But I will say this. There are situations arising that are of great alarm. My allies here saved my life in a great of dire situation. I do not know if you've heard, but a curse of clothing. It was much more serious than it sounds. They are trying to find someone important to them that is either responsible for all this or is another victim. Someone close to them, I think. Otherwise, tensions would not arise so needlessly. They pulled on a knife, said something about judging me. I just did what I always do with anyone who tries to intimidate me. Tried to send them back. They're tough. That one little one, she punched Dozer 10 feet back. And the other guy, he blasted me with quite a strong lightning spell. These people work for you, my lady. You're in good hands, but this could have been a bad situation. Are they going to the masquerade ball? Yes, they are performers. Capable combat performers. And they're under my protection. Okay. I'm grateful that we could have sort this out. Though there's matter of recompense, compensation for the damage. 1 Fabergé egg, piece of a shelf, and they said that you'd be paying for the shield they took walking out with. They did. They did. Of course they did. A shield is a weapon of an intelligent protector. And perhaps they are not just under my protection, but maybe I am under theirs. So I will pay for this. But, Azul, I am also paying for silence of this matter. Paying for the intelligent discretion that I know you have. There could be some more danger. So perhaps you'll up your security. I want to be able to know that you are safe as I rule out the possibility of other dangerous interlopers in the game. All right. I'll be making some money thanks to this this exchange. I'll buy some more protective wards. I'll be careful. And I will be looking forward to attending your famed parties. Is it true that Yet acrobats swing by their butt cheeks from silken rope. You'll have to see. You'll have to see, Azul. At that point, she will turn and leave.
As she's about to leave, I sort of look down and I sort of make my way down, sort of tap Merrick on the shoulder and go, "He said my spell was really good."
Come back.
Say,
I've only been invited to a party. Look, does it get better than this? We get to perform in the party for the thing. Look. And he said, "Did I tell you?" He said my spell was strong, so we're all right. We're good at this. I'm like,
your spell was real good. I'm proud of you.
"Oh, thanks, man." I shirk away, like, "Oh,
Blushing for the first time.
Love you, brother.
My spell was good. The Chad spell was good.
Oh lordy.
That's literally soon as he was going for that discussion. As soon as he said that, Kay was like, "Yeah, my spell was good. Yeah, sorted."
Oh gosh, now the question is, after him being so giddy over saying that his spell was good, did he hear anything else?
He heard nothing after that.
No!
That's so funny. I love it. No, he heard it. He's good. I love that though. That's funny. All right. So the Duchess comes out and looks to each of you. Her friends kind of folded in her sleeves of her long kind of black and silver trimmed dress. Her hair kind of held up into like this like very like classic style, like kind of a heart shaped like pulled tight back with braids entwining in the middle of her head, and she will look at you all with a measured eye. I have paid for damages and I've purchased the shield.
You just see a grin on my face and big eyes. It's like
Consider it the last of the gifts I have to give for saving my life.
Admira will definitely, like bow at the waist and say, we humbly thank you, and we're very incredibly sorry that you had to come down here and take care of that for us again. So sorry.
I'm starting to fear for the city. I'm starting to think this is going deeper than before, deeper than perhaps all the different troubles that I've had.
I walk up to her and go, "I really do apologise for this. We're normally more talkers than we are, but we were a bit on the edge with what's been happening. But it has raised some serious concerns. We haven't got any weapons or equipment at all. Obviously I can magic mine, but the rest of them, they can't do anything about that. Is there where can we get stuff? Anything? They're naked. They've got normal clothes on. At least give them some armor and stuff. Or where can we get it? We're not going to be much use about it."
The only person I trust is Azul for now. So perhaps you can deal with Azul peacefully, as he's who he says he is. And if you have any inclinations otherwise, I want to be the first to know before accusations and threats get made for anyone else. I will be procuring another sending scroll.
Well, Your Grace, maybe we can talk about how the whole situation started and why we were on edge, and maybe you would get the full story about how everything happened.
In my carriage, then. We are going to enjoy a tour of the town, and we'll return here when it's done, and perhaps we can make sure that you have some armor or such.
We humbly thank you.
All right.
When we get in, could I do obviously I've inherited my father's knack of performance type thing. Could I explain everything that's as I turn to the group first? Halfling huddle.
Halfling.
Halfling huddle. We do
I
a
love
halfling
that.
huddle. And
That's good.
I'm like, how much are we telling her?
Well, I think she needs to know that doppelgangers are running around her domain.
But do we need to let her know about what and you notice when I say this, what Montague's up. I don't say Dad. I say what
Mhm.
Montague's up to with his room and all that stuff about the
No.
islands and stuff like that.
That's
No,
for us to
we
know.
And
that is
ask her if she believes in the myth of the island.
Yeah, okay. I'll sort of go. So I'll give her the details about the doppelgangers, the shady deals, the scroll that I had obviously and I stress my innocence behind this constantly, that I had no idea about this scroll. And I explain how I ignore everything about the red room because I don't tell her that's just what stays in the red room stays in the red room. I then don't tell anybody about the vault with all the knowledge and stuff in it because, to be fair, it had a pretty map. That's all I can remember.
Mhm.
And I try to sort of do that in the most sort of like engaging storytelling way possible, so I can sort of show her how good I'm doing stuff. And it's not with advantage, but I've got a 19 on my performance check.
Yeah, you break it down, and she listens intently, and she nods and says, "I wonder which enemies, domestic or foreign, are responsible for this intrusion of shapeshifters. What is their goal? What do they hope to undermine? And how is Montague, this traveling ringleader, connected to any of it? Is he
we're not
perhaps
very we're not very sure ourselves. We're hoping that we could come to you with everything that what we were able to find, and you might have had some similar incidences that you might have heard of that would, correlate with our instances and stories.
there was
Or
some
were there other
instances,
travelers that had disappeared or
not
had been?
travelers. There, there was a sickness going around. It seemed to only affect members of government here. We thought maybe because they had met each other, they contracted something that's like a flu or cold, knocked them down a bit. But they were back to work very shortly. I'm
I,
now more fearful that maybe maybe they're not themselves.
I gesture to Merrick because I feel he has a habit. He wants to say something.
Do you have any dealings with the Yuan-Ti?
I guess there's no point in asking you how you might know. Yes, I have been approached with very elegant discretion by the Yuan-Ti, but
Are they
how are
going to
they
the
connected?
ball?
I did invite one of their ambassadors to go to the ball, stating that it was a masquerade, and that hopefully they could use that to their advantage and not draw any unwanted attention.
Well, there's a high chance that either this is a really bad Yuan-Ti or potentially a really good Yuan-Ti. And before this masquerade hits, it's up to you. We can go check them out.
They did speak on behalf of storm giant delegates that are arriving to the fallen stars, bringing gifts of medicine, of food, bountiful harvest of fish and other sea life, herbs, rare things.
There's going to be an attack.
On
We have
on my
evidence that there's a very bad group of UNT that would definitely want to disrupt these benevolent UNT.
That is not good. I cannot cancel the Masquerade Ball. It is the biggest fanfare of the year. It is a opportunity. You have to understand. I'd rather prepare for an attack than cancel this. Could you help
Okay.
me
Can
with my security?
Yes, I mean we can also, perform, but we don't want you to cancel. We want you to act like everything is perfectly
Okay.
that so we don't throw any possible evildoers off.
Right.
If you were very concerned about your people, could you throw a smaller party for the common people somewhere away from where the masquerade is happening to keep them safe and out of the way?
That's a good idea. I should take some of the bountiful offerings of these Emperor and Empress, the Sea of Fallen Stars. Um, we shall throw a festival on the docks for the common people in there to praise the kindness of this gesture. I was going to wait, but perhaps that is the best way. Um, all right. Um, we must keep an eye out for shape changers. Um, I will use a code word when I see you next. If I do not use it, know that I am switched.
As you're doing this, I turn to Merrick and go, how are we supposed to tell the difference? We don't even know half these people anyway. Anyone in this room, except for obviously our family, could be anyone. There's got to be some way of identifying these things.
Oh, are you family?
Uh, well, we just found out.
Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah.
So
We got that.
your inquisitiveness earlier at the show was right on the mark.
You all have appearances that seem to be rare amongst other halflings and common amidst each other. I thought, well, certain genealogy might imply that you had a common ancestor, but it is not important. What is important is I say to you when I see you next a phrase. Maybe I will say, how flexible are you on Tuesday?
Tuesday.
And he will respond,
We say Tuesday is how we will respond, and that's
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll say Tuesday's the response. I will know it's you.
It's an inside joke. Matter of fact, you should ask about his insides. And I'm going to point at Cade.
She looks to you without, like, looking away at Kate, and she says, I'm more curious about yours.
Oh.
Roger that.
Eric, make an inside check.
Inside check on that note.
Yeah, make it inside.
That is how the ink settles on today's game. Let the ink dry. Let your story be exciting for the next session in 2 weeks' time.
Are we going to the masquerade or the docks for this?
You guys will be going to the masquerade.
Okay.
But
We are the performers of the masquerade.
this conversation isn't over. I just was mindful of time and not wanting to get too deep into too much to overload brains, because this was like a really good note. Like the session, this is the session for the note takers. Holy crap! But the session will continue with us still talking with before parting ways. Her making arrangements to get you guys at least armor. Non-magical, probably non-magical armor for sure.
Yeah, just doesn't need to be magical. Just something that stops them getting hit as much.
Yeah. So think in terms of what you're proficient in, and we'll navigate that.
Our things that we got, are we attuning to those by the next session?
We'll say yeah, that the carriage ride was maybe an hour long, and you could attune and get a short rest in that hour-long tour of the city.
Cool, get my spells back and everything. I love warlocks.
Oh yeah,
I'm not
that's right.
trained on that.
Yeah, so you can use your hit dice, you can get your spells back as a warlock, any other features that are short rest based. We'll be picking back up outside of Azul's as the carriage returns, and finishing that conversation on maybe a few more lore drops, a few more conjecture, speculation, anything you want to share with her that you forgot about that you think might be relevant, and then uh, Annie, you're going to stay with her for a session
Okay.
because she wants to make sure that like she has like someone that isn't her guard because now she's confiding in you. There's a possibility she could be infiltrated by any of her personal security, and so she's going to make sure that she's going to be mindful of Annie kind of helping her do like some insights here and there and help her out. So that'll explain why you're missing from next session.
Cool beans.
As you get to ride with the Duchess for a day.
Poppy has no idea that shield is a +1. She just saw a shield and like, I need
like-
a shield, and just
It's like a shield of it's like a shield of Gondor. It is so
Yeah, like-
nice.
have no clue. I've just walked out with a shield, so that's the fact that it just ends up being a +1 is like, that's just a bonus.
Hell yeah.
And green accents and matched her dress, so it was like, it's pretty and it's functional. Let me have it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's shiny.
Perfect.
That's it.
Awesome. Great session, you guys. Thank you for putting your I don't know, your many masks on and taking them off and navigating a tense situation, amazing revelations, and the hilarious and amazing foundation of that you guys have been planning, that you guys are all related and wanted to surprise Tim.
Tim.
I'm surprised. My brain hurts.
They were sitting on that.
Are we going to the masquerade now, or is that like in a couple days?
It's this weekend. So
Okay.
we'll stay in a couple
I'll take it in
days.
the chat. I'm confused.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
No, yeah. So now that's a good point. Timeline wise, you guys have some preparation, some investigation things. I think she's going to talk to you about how you can spend the next 2 days or so to figure things out. Especially, she's going to talk about the criminal underbelly of this place and how things might be connected there that she suspects. So, with that in mind, yeah, we're going to go raid Highlands.
Thank you very much, Charm. That was good fun.
Yeah,
that was
That
awesome.
was a blast.
That was fun.
Yeah. So
First
all-
10 minutes, my face was killing me.
Oh my god, I was trying not to bust up laughing so hard. My face, you could probably see my dimples like the whole time. It was hurting so bad.
It's your guys' fault.
We're gonna go raid.
It's your
Yeah,
guys' fault it was especially Tim's fault for trying to upset Kate. That's what it was.
That was the reversal. Was like, hey, go, let's have some fun. And then like you come back and everything's broken. You're like, what happened here?
All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And thank you for all the
raid.
donations.
Stay for the
That's
raid.
the day. That's the
Yeah,
day
stick
after
around for the
Tuesday,
raid.
by the way.
Oh, thank
The day
you.
after
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Go ahead and give my channel Charmed Fantasy a follow as well. Our next game is going to be Tuesday, actually. Tuesday. Yep. But we also have games every Friday with Annie on that. And so if you enjoy her, you get to see her at level 20 doing crazy level 20 shit.
Sure. Okay, good. We did it.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Well, great. We'll see you guys next time. Adios.
Bye. Miss you.